What's up, everybody? I'm Cullen.
And I'm Jake Thomas.
And you're watching another episode of the Crushing Cans podcast.
And tonight we're drinking ISO beer from the SISO Brewery in Seaside, Oregon.
Tell us a little bit about how you found this one, Jake.
So this weekend was my son's birthday, and we decided to go out to Seaside, Oregon and check it out. While we were out there, my wife suggested that we go to this restaurant that I hadn't seen before or been to, and she hadn't been to either. And when we went in there, it turned out to be a brewery. It's an old movie theater. And what they did, where the stage is, where the screen would be at, they took down that screen and they set up their whole brewery on that stage there. So you could literally watch them make the beer. And when I showed up there, I decided to get this here. I watched them can it right in front of me. So there's no label on it, but that's because they literally canned it right in front of me. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
So you ready to crack this thing open?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Let's crack this beer.
Woo!
Oh, this shit just shot out all over my mixer.
Smells good.
God damn.
So this ISO beer, it's not that bitter.
It's a little bit more bitter than I prefer.
So it's this ISO beer. It's not from anywhere. So this ISO beer is an IPA, and it's got an alcohol percentage of 8.4%, and its IBUs is 65.5. So it's pretty awesome. Good flavor. I love it.
Not bad. So let's start out with the prelims, man. Yusuf Zalal defeats Jordan Griffin via 3 rounds decision. Who'd you have in this fight? Because I had Jordan Griffin winning a decision. That's
exactly what I had. I had picked Jordan Griffin to win the decision. He should have had a longer time to get ready. He was scheduled for a fight a couple of weeks ago. Ended up getting pulled from that fight. I think there was an issue with his opponent. I don't remember specifically what happened. But given the fact that he had a longer time to prepare for a fight, I thought that would give him the edge.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was at too. We were both talking about that just a couple weeks ago when he was supposed to fight the first time. I also went back, watched a couple of his fights, and just figured, man, he's a slick submission guy, so I think that he could pull this one out. I know that Zalal's also a pretty good submission guy, so I figured Griffin would just go ahead and take the decision with his aggressiveness.
That's kind of what I thought.
That's not really what happened. Zalal controlled the fight, controlled the center of the octagon, stuffed a lot of takedowns. Even when he was on the bottom, he was the one working with strikes and submission attempts, escapes, everything.
Yeah, well, pretty much Zalal controlled the center. Zalal had the more effective striking, in my opinion. Griffin wasn't able to do much from anything. He needs to learn how to ground himself when he's striking so he can put some power in there. He takes himself out of position every single time he's throwing a punch. He was leaning in on shots and not getting his hips underneath of him, and it's very hard to finish a shot when someone's got their butt straight back behind them. You know, like when we talk about defending a shot, what do we tell people to do? Push their head down, right? You want to get their head lower than their butt. If I want to have a good shot, I got to keep my hips underneath of me. I have to let my hips do the work. Like, think about squatting, right? If I'm going to squat, am I going to do it with the bent back? No, I'm going to hurt myself.
I mean, yeah, if you're trying to hurt yourself,
yeah, if you're trying to. So, in that instance, I was really not impressed with Griffin. I thought he was going to do much better. Very disappointed. And it starts me off 0-1 on the night.
Yep, I'm 0-1 as well. So moving on, fight number 2, we had Kay Hansen defeats Jinyu Frey via submission at 226 of round 3. Who'd you have in that one?
So I picked Jinyu Frey. She's a former Invicta champion, and I thought that she would be able to pull it off. There was an interesting thing about her, though. She has, I think it's 12 or 13 fights, but she's only fought 6 or 7 different opponents.
That's
almost
weird.
All the people that she's fought
are
rematches, and I'm going to show you this because it's crazy.
So I had Kay Hansen by decision, and I was 2 minutes and, 34 seconds away from getting that decision again. It was a good fight. I mean, really, I thought Kay Hansen was going to be the bigger, stronger opponent coming out of a better camp.
Well, she would definitely be the bigger, stronger opponent. Jinyu Frey used to fight at 115.
Exactly. That was kind of where I was at.
But, when I look at it and I see that...
This was at 115.
Or 105, sorry. She fought Ashley Cummins, who's not bad. Fought Ashley Cummins, she beat her. She was a former Invicta champion. She has three successful wins as the Invicta champion. So, I was kind of giving her the edge on that. But it's a little bit weird that if you look at her record, she fought Ashley Cummins twice. She fought whoever this Mina Grusander twice. She fought Ayaki Hamasaki twice, maybe even 3 times. But, so if you look at it, it's not like she's had a lot of variety in her fights. But she also beat Liz McCarthy, too. So I was looking at her and thinking about some of the people she beat, and I just thought she'd have the advantage.
So this next fight I actually missed. I was on my way over to your house when this fight was on. It was Tanner Boser defeats Felipe Lins via knockout at 241 in round 1. I had Lins winning by knockout in round 1, and so my pick just was completely reversed. How'd yours go?
I had Boser by decision. I looked him up. He is a former champion from another promotion. If I remember right, it was PFL he was the champion of.
I think so.
And he wins a lot of decisions, so I was looking at it, and I kind of gave him the edge towards the decision. But, with the heavyweight division, it takes one punch.
Yeah, it's true, man. That's just the way things go sometimes. Let's just move on to the next fight. And we have Kama Worthy defeats Luis Pena via submission at 253 of round 3. This was a crazy one because I went back and forth on this one. I didn't think that Kama was going to beat Pena by decision because that's Pena's ground. I think that's his specialty. He's a ground guy, man. I think the majority of his wins have come by the submission.
And he can strike, too.
So, I know he's a dangerous opponent, but I picked Worthy by knockout in round 2. I figured if he was going to beat him, that's how it was going to happen.
So I think one of the things that I don't like about being a fan of the MMA and sports in general is sometimes you pick with emotion. I think that this one was an emotional pick for me. Not that I'm emotionally tied to him, but I've known about him since way before he got into the UFC. So on the underground, before he ever even got into the Ultimate Fighter, was pretty well known. Anytime that Violent Bob Ross would fight, the underground was talking about it.
Oh yeah.
So I've been a fan of his for a long time, and looking at looking at the caliber of opponents, I thought that maybe he had the better caliber opponents. Hard to say, but because of that, I was leaning towards Violent Bob Ross.
Yeah, and I knew you were going to pick Luis Pena because as soon as you saw that he was on the card, you're like, oh, Violent Bob Ross, and you got real excited about that one. So I knew you were going to pick him, so I kind of was leaning towards him. Kind of that had me going towards it. I'm like, okay, Jake knows him a little bit better than I do, but I knew his background a little bit as well. And I just figured there's no way that he was going to get submitted in this fight, which makes it all that much more crazy. Because Kama Worthy submitted him in the 3rd round.
Yep.
So moving on to the next fight. We're actually at the main card now, and that's just about to start here in just a moment. We have Julian Erosa stepping in on late notice to fight Sean Woodson.
I'm really excited about this. So I'm picking Julian Erosa by submission. In round 1.
Really?
Sean Woodson, I watched him fight on Dana White's Contender Series. Mm-hmm. He almost got submitted multiple times. Dude was riding his back. Dude was about to choke him out. He didn't look very good. He was, in my opinion, I thought that he was getting manhandled in that fight. And then he was able to get back to his feet and throw a flying knee and knock him out. So I know his striking's dangerous, and he likes to do this thing where he keeps his hands down by his side and he throws stuff by his side. But I also know that Julian Erosa submits a lot of people. I've seen him fight a lot. He's a local guy. Not necessarily local, but from our state.
He's a Washington guy.
He's a Washington guy. So, here we go. They pull it back up. Julian's 30. Sean Woodson's 28. They're both over 6 feet tall. And both at 149 pounds, 149 and a half for
did they do catch weight for the short notice?
Probably. Dana White hates catch weight fights.
I know.
Which I don't blame him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But sometimes, a guy's just not going to be able to make the weight on that short of a notice. Because he was only in on...
Then just bump him up.
Was he like a week? Something like that? I don't know.
But just bump him up and just call it 55. Right? When I was supposed to fight at 45, the dude missed weight.
And then the day of the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've had a couple of times where I had to bump up. The day of the fight, it was supposed to be 135. Went up to 155 to fight to get an opponent. But, I was talking about the one in It was in downtown Vancouver. It was Main Event Sports or whatever they were calling it. And the guy missed weight by a lot. It ended up going up to 155. We didn't say catch weight. It was just at 155.
Yeah.
So just call it 155. Why? Because if you win, you got to win at 155. That puts you somewhere in the standings.
Yeah.
You might not be top 15 or whatever, but you get somewhere you could be put in there.
I can see where, though, if you're a fighter and you've already been cutting weight that week, to get down to fight weight, and then your opponent gets pulled or backs out for whatever reason, and so you're stuck with a new opponent.
Is that what happened here?
Yeah. So Rosa took this fight on short notice.
I remember.
I think it was only a few days.
I know that Julian was.
Maybe it was like a week. I don't remember the exact how many days. But if you're already cutting weight, why would you want to give up that advantage to a new guy who hasn't cut any weight? Maybe you want to try to drain him a little bit to make it even.
Make him go down. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. With the way that these fight cards are being put out and how fast people are being put on cards, it's honestly kind of hard to keep track. Ooh, they're coming out swinging. Woodson's got his hands up this time.
Yeah, just to note, I have Woodson by decision in this fight, so let's see what happens.
Well, we didn't get yours in at that time.
Yeah.
Woodson's holding his hands up a little bit more. He still likes to put them down, and he's got a wild striking style, but he's pretty good at landing with his strikes. He's just kind of goofy with it. You see how he moves, and it's, if I was somebody fighting him, it would be awkward. It would be difficult for me to try to figure out his timing. Just watching what he does, there's not a lot of rhythm to what he's doing.
Yeah, it's really weird. He looks real awkward, kind of lanky for
6'2.5".
Yeah,
6'2.5". 149 pounds.
Reminds me of Corey Anderson. Is that his name? Corey Anderson, I think it was. He fought at 155, but he was like 6'7", 6'6".
Wasn't Corey Anderson thicker, though? He was more buff.
Not really. He snapped his shin in one of his fights, Anderson Silva style, on a kick.
That wasn't Corey Anderson, was that?
It was Corey. I'm pretty sure it was Corey Anderson. It was Corey something. His name was Corey. I do know that. I don't know if it was Corey Anderson. It might have been. I'm pretty sure it's Corey Anderson, man. That's what I've got popping up right now. Holy shit.
Corey Hill is who you're thinking
Corey
of.
Hill.
I was like, Corey Anderson's thicker.
No, yeah, he's like a 185er, isn't he?
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So, yeah, it was Corey Hill. That's
why I was confused. I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I knew it was Corey, though. I knew it was Corey something.
So, right now, we're still in the stand-up. It's pretty close. Julian's a little bit more technical. He's keeping his hands a little bit lower, though. He's holding them probably about nipple height. That's an official term, you guys. We use that in boxing all the time. Hold it at nipple height. Just kidding. We don't use that.
This fucking guy. But, man.
Austin Springer fought him, too.
Yeah.
So, Chael Sonnen, while we're on that.
Ooh, that was close.
So, Chael Sonnen came out and recently put out a little short episode on YouTube about Austin Springer.
Oh, did
he? And guys getting signed to the UFC. So Austin Springer called Chael Sonnen and said, what do I got to do to get signed by the UFC?
Basically what we've been telling people.
Exactly what we've been telling people. So, stay ready. But the one thing he said is, don't wait for the call. You make the call.
Yeah, tell them you're ready to go.
Make the call. It's like I've said before, and I don't get it. I don't get why fighters are afraid to make the call themselves, or afraid to reach out.
They got these managers that they trust.
Well, even if they don't have a manager, Chael Sonnen says he has it all the time.
I bet.
I got every single, when I was fighting, every single fight except for my pro boxing match, I got myself.
Yep.
I reached out to the promoters.
But you didn't have a manager either.
I don't give a fuck about a manager.
That's what I'm saying.
A
lot of these fighters think they have to have a manager to get fights and get shit. So
reach out, bug them, annoy them.
I think we'll see Austin soon. I think we will.
He'll be in there soon. I
think he's going to get a shot.
The key is he just needs to stay ready. He needs to show him that he's ready. He needs to keep uploading videos to the internet, showing people that he's training. He needs to keep calling out guys on the internet. He needs to tag Dana White. He needs to tag Sean Shelby. He needs to tag the UFC. He needs to constantly tag anybody with that promotion when he's posting because they'll see it. Call them. If you don't have their phone number,
I'm going to spam that video. I think I sent it to Dana White on Twitter already, but I'm going to do it again.
Oh, I did. I did.
Just keep bombing him. We're going to get Austin in that fucking UFC.
I'll do it again.
We're going to make a campaign to get Austin in the
UFC.
UFC.
That was a good punch right there from Julian. Julian's controlling the center. I think he's had the more effective striking. It's a weird fight, though. Ooh, that was a good elbow.
Good elbow.
It's going to be weird whenever Sean Woodson fights because he fights weird.
Nice left.
So Sean Woodson had told his dad, I believe it was, that he said this before he went on The Ultimate Fighter. He had told his dad that he wanted to become the best that ever did it. And, he's...
As you should if you're
not
in
there,
the fight
but,
game, man.
No, he's not there, but he has the ability with his unpredictable style to put himself close.
Yeah, that was a good left again.
Ooh, that was a big deep breath by him, though.
Yeah, I looked tired.
I mean, he's bouncing around, but he's taking deep breaths.
Yeah, real deep breaths. And Arosa, he looks fresh as fuck, dude, coming in on short notice.
Julian's staying ready, right? He's a fighter. He's always been a fighter. Ooh, good. See, that's what I'm saying. The crisper striking.
He kind of caught him as they're throwing a kick and caught it with his leg. It was really weird.
Yeah.
He just caught it and tripped him with his leg in midair.
Right. So the end of round one, I'm leading towards Julian. Rosa. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking there. I think that he controlled the center more. I think they had more effective striking. Sean Woodson circled the outside. He was, trying to look for those openings. But I just feel like Julian was a little bit better at controlling that.
Oh, shit. You know what we got to do? We need to get more effective chairs.
Yeah, we're getting
something that can be more comfortable. Because this shit, man, you guys probably see me fidgeting around in this fucking broke-ass chair. Oh, yeah.
It's the cocaine he took before the show started.
Yeah.
Round 2 starting. Yeah, Sean Woodson is fun, and he's not your average guy with a 7-0 recent.
I can't even read that shit.
Extensive. Oh, I got contacts
on. I know. I don't have my glasses on. Yes, I do wear glasses in case you guys didn't know.
I don't. I wear contacts.
I fucking can't touch my eyes.
I couldn't at first either.
Dude, it's weird. I don't know how you do it because, I can't even barely do eye drops. I get my hands up to do eye drops, and it's like, nope.
Well, that's the only reason I can do that. Years of experience with eye drops.
Started in middle school. Now we're here.
Oh, shit. From the bottom to the top. Julian's in again. A minute in, he's pressuring it.
Yeah,
so I don't get it perfect. I
think Julian's trying to take advantage of this. This is what we talked about, last couple weeks, man. Take advantage of your call when you get it.
Well, he's been in and out of the UFC.
Yeah, he's been on the cusp. I mean, he was on the Ultimate Fighter, got a couple fights after that, got cut. And I think he doesn't want to get cut again, man. I feel like he's a caliber of fighter that should be in the UFC.
He is. He just doesn't match up well with the top 10.
No. As long as he can kind of hang out around the top 15, he should be good.
He can do that. I think he could always be a gatekeeper. I don't see him ever being a champion. But you know what? There's nothing wrong with being a top 15, top 20 fighter in the world.
You can make good money doing it. If you become a fan favorite, find your niche, Cowboy Cerrone. Yeah. He's got a fucking niche, man.
Yeah.
He's a fan favorite. He gets paid mad money, and fans like him. He might disappear in title fights or big fights, but, I mean...
Julian's taking control of this round.
It's just what happens. Yeah, Julian's really putting it on Woodson right now. I'm looking like a fool. I tend to do that, though. I always end up picking the guy who was already scheduled to fight over the guy on short notice.
Yeah, it's a bad thing to do. Well, I did the same thing last time, or on the Jordan Griffin fight, right?
Yeah.
I picked Jordan Griffin because he had a longer training camp, or should have had a longer training camp.
Ooh, another good body shot from Arosa. That was a huge left to the body. You could hear the thud on that one.
Some Isu.
Oh, look, now Michael's talking about it. He said Julia just landed a big body shot. I think a lot of people miss that one.
Why are we ahead of them a lot of the times when it comes to the commentary?
I don't know, man. That's crazy.
You ever notice that? We say something, then they pick up on it later?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the time they're not...
Here's what it is. They got someone in their ear.
They do. They have people in their ears, so they're kind of... They don't get to concentrate as easily as we do. We're just watching the fight. We got all the angles.
They're shouting out what they see, and then they got someone else in the ear saying, oh, this.
Well, oftentimes also when you watch, they have monitors, but they're not watching their monitors. They're watching the fight in front of them. So they don't get the angles that we're getting either.
Let's be honest, though. If I was there, would I be watching the TV screen? I didn't pay money to go there or watch TV screen.
If you're going to watch it on the screen, you might as well stay home, right?
Stay home.
So I think that's part of the thing is they're not seeing the angles that we get because we're watching it on TV, so we're getting the better angles too.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh,
that is true. That was good.
It's surprising from Arosa, man. He's just working.
He's just a fighter, man. He's a real fighter. And, there's some guys who aren't real fighters. Julian Erosa is for sure a real fighter.
I have no doubt in my mind that Austin Springer could beat Woodson right now.
Austin Springer would destroy him. Austin Springer would take him down
and just beat the shit out of him. I can see it right now.
Yeah, he would. He's not going to get hit by Woodson with those strikes, and if he did, they're not going to hurt him.
No.
So, I don't know. I would have to go back and look at some of Woodson's previous fights some more.
But this Woodson that we're watching right now.
Yeah, to see. I just want to see the caliber of the opponents, right? Because, like I said,
see if the hype's real.
Yeah, well, like I said, in his Contender Series fight, he was getting whooped.
Good left.
That was good. He's got some good poppy shots, though. Yeah. I will say that he gets some sneaky poppy shots.
2-0 Erosa.
All right, there we go.
Right now it's 2018 Erosa.
Dang. Well, no perfect for me, so.
My opinion, anyway.
So,
the judges think.
This is where you got to be kind of a little bit careful, though, right? So, I believe it was the third round, or are they only doing 2 rounds? They're doing 3 rounds.
3 rounds.
3 rounds. It was the third round. It was very, very close to the end of the fight. Woodson was losing, and that's when he threw that flying knee and caught the dude, knocked him out.
Yeah.
He has the ability to pop in on some shots. He's just got to get better at setting up the shots and, picking the shots.
He's got to go for broke. I mean, he's losing this fight right now. His only chance is to finish it. So,
well, we'll see.
Let's see if he comes out urgent with a sense of urgency and actually tries to finish this fight. Yeah. Because if he doesn't, well, he's going to lose a decision.
He's got the pop. Well, if he loses a decision, at least I get, some points.
Yeah,
right. I get the decision for Julian.
Well, you still get the win for the right pick.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. But I need Woodson to come out and finish this shit now so I can get a win. Because
last week was not good for me.
I'm not doing very good on this card so far. I mean, if we go through this and we kind of look at what do we got here.
I'm 1-3 up to this point.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm like 2-3, 2-2.
Which one did you win? You won the Commonworthy one.
Yeah.
And you won the K. Hansen one. So you're at 2-2.
Hold on here.
Picks.
So that's
2-2 right now.
1-2, 2-2. Yeah,
that's
only the 5th fight. This is not very many fights on this card tonight.
Well, that's what happens when you try to get everybody on short notice. That's why I'm telling everybody, stay ready. Send out your information to anybody in the UFC you can get a hold of.
Yeah,
talk to everybody. Oh, he dropped him. He dropped him. This is what I was telling you, dude. He's got the ability.
He's got to do it. He's got to finish the fight.
Rosa's back up. Rosa throws a flying knee that misses by a mile.
Away, though.
He's not comfortable on the ground. It's like I said before. He doesn't know how to fight on the ground. He's only a striker. But Rosa's back in his face. He didn't take any time to recover.
No, he just got up after getting dropped like that. So that was wild.
Oh, and he just got caught again with another hook. A left hook again. Woodson might turn it around and steal it here.
Dude, if he gets a 10-8 here, he can tie it. He can get a draw.
Shit.
But another knockdown, they might give him a 10-8.
They might.
The way if they're using the new rule set.
Ooh, he hits him again.
See, he's popping.
Well, at the very least, Woodson might win this round.
Yeah, this is.
Oh, that was a good leg kick. That buckled him a little bit.
Really good leg kick because he's
Julian Erosa.
I don't know. Rosa's fucking tough, dude.
Oh, he's got the back. Julian Erosa shoots in a sloppy takedown and takes the back. This is what I'm saying. Woodson's game right there
is not. His underhook. He's back out.
It's not that good though. How are you gonna let a guy get your back with that?
Yeah. If I'm Erosa, why the fuck do you let off of him though?
He probably don't even have a white belt in jiu-jitsu. He probably doesn't train jiu-jitsu at all.
Yeah, I feel like if you're going to be in the UFC, you need to have some semblance of ground game.
I mean, I'm speculating right now. He probably does. Oh, he swung and Julian timed that perfectly. Takes him down.
Beautiful takedown.
Oh, climbs the back. Woodson's coming back up to his feet.
Picks him up and just drags him down again.
Nice.
Oh, he's going for a rear naked. Hold on.
No. What? He looked like he was, and they let go of it.
That's really weird.
He's controlling the position. Oh, Woodson's got his arm inside. He's looking at the leg.
Okay, back up on our feet.
Oh, but no, he's got like a darts. He's got a darts.
He dragged him down with a standing darts and dragged him to the ground with it.
Oh, that's going to be it.
Oh, he's locked the.
That's going to be it. That's it.
He locked the leg. This is perfect. I was watching.
He's got his. Oh, he tapped.
Wow, Erosa with the submission.
So I get 2 of the 3. 2 of the 3.
So he used Joe Rogan's technique on that dart.
Damn.
I was watching a video where Joe Rogan was teaching the Darce choke to somebody.
T.J. Dillashaw and...
it might have been that one.
And there was one other
But
person.
he was teaching them because he was like, a lot of people, when they do the Darce hook, their choke, they're not hooking this leg.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, hook this leg and you're gonna finish it every time. And, dude, that's exactly what Arosa did right there. He hooked that leg.
Joe Rogan deserves some sports commentator awards. I'm just going to throw that out there. I saw somebody else say, why hasn't Joe Rogan gotten one? He deserves one.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, are you kidding me? There's nobody that's covered the sport longer than him.
No.
There's nobody that's covering the sport that's more knowledgeable than him.
Nobody in the sport's ever been as big as him when it comes to commentating.
But look at the fighters that even cover it, okay? You look at Dominic Cruz. Mm-hmm. He's probably the second best if you're looking at someone who can analyze it.
Yeah.
He's far and away behind Joe Rogan when it comes to what they're seeing. Yeah. Joe Rogan sees things that these guys don't. But that's because...
just a fight fan, man.
Well, it's not even that. He's a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt.
Yep.
He's also a Taekwondo black belt. Mm-hmm. And he's got vicious striking. He's got great Jiu-Jitsu, and it's not a gimmick.
I mean, he taught GSP the spinning back kick.
Yeah, the spinning back kick that GSP finished Matt Hughes with.
Yeah, dude, Joe Rogan, man, he's the man.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you guys, if you're not giving Joe Rogan credit, you're a fool. You're a fool. I might not like all of his stand-up lately. I thought it was better when he was younger.
That was a fucking good fight, though.
But, that was a great fight. Thank you, Julian, for finishing it. That puts me at
Sorry, I didn't pick you. I tried to go against my Northwest bias on this one.
Yeah.
And fuck me this time.
That puts me at 2-3. 2-3, I get points for the submission and for picking the right person. So, all right.
And so that puts me at 2-3 as well.
Now we go on to...
This is not a good fucking fights, dude.
Well, you got some weird picks going on here, or some weird wins.
I think so far only one favorite's won tonight. I think everybody else that's won has been underdogs.
Who'd you pick in the next one? The next one is Takashi Soto versus Jason Witt.
Okay, I got Sato KO round 2.
I got him KO round 2 as well.
Do you really?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, he's a knockout artist, and he's fucking beautiful.
He's very good.
His striking is
Jason Witt, though. Jason Witt's tough, but he was another guy that was thrown on last minute.
Well, he was thrown on today, I think. Today or
yesterday. It might have been yesterday, because I remember I went on.
I got a notification to change my
I got
picks.
a notification, and I was like,
I already made my
picks.
picks.
What are you talking about? Yeah. I got the same thing. I was like, my picks? You telling me I only submitted 9 fights?
That's the only reason why I know he got on there late notice.
Yeah, late.
And I already had Sato picked in the first fight, too, versus other opponents. So I don't know why, what happened, but I got Sato winning KO.
Was he another one where the manager tested positive for COVID?
I'm not sure what happened. I just know I saw the notification.
Yeah, because
dude, what the hell?
He was supposed to fight Ramiz Brahimaj originally.
Yeah.
That's who he was supposed to fight.
I think that would have been a closer fight, by the way.
I still had Takashi picked.
Brahimaj he's a good all-around fighter, man.
Still had Takashi picked. Hey, nice job, Julian Erosa, walking out of the cage right now. That was awesome. Way to represent the Northwest and make us proud.
Yeah, man.
Maybe next time Cullen will actually pick you.
We'll see.
What a dick.
You're definitely getting another shot in the UFC, though.
If you don't, these people are foolish.
Yeah. We'll blow up Damon's Twitter, don't worry.
Yeah, we'll be yelling at him.
Hey, I got no problem fucking blowing up these dudes.
Hey, you know what else? I got no problem fucking either.
Fucking idiot. Oh, my God.
All right, I'm going to look a little bit more at this Jason Witt guy. I didn't get a chance to really look at him a ton. So he's on four wins in a row. This is his first fight in the UFC, and it looks like his last 3 wins in a row have all been by decisions. So he might be one of those guys that stays in shape, and that was
tough.
Yeah, well, that was in February. So towards the end of February, that was February 22nd. So while it was a little while ago, it wasn't so long ago.
Yeah.
So he's honestly, he looks like he's got a pretty good record. I don't know all the guys that he's fought, but since 2017, he only has 1 loss. So he's doing pretty good.
That's interesting. I don't know. I don't know anything about this guy. Like I said, he was added like less than 24-hour notice.
Yeah.
So I had Sato picked in the first fight. I stuck with it.
Yep, that's kind of the same way I did.
So that's just where it was.
Especially knowing that it was a last-minute jump.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't change it.
No, you can't change that one. So I picked Sato again,
But
and I've got him by
I'm thinking I may need to change it, considering the pattern that we're seeing here with last-minute fighters coming in and taking advantage of the opportunity.
Man. Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's going to be interesting.
I don't know.
I'm hoping for that knockout, though.
But look at that. Julian looks like he got hit a little bit more.
He did get hit. He got hit quite a bit, man.
Well, he didn't get hit quite a bit until that last round, and then he got hit hard.
But he got peppered.
He did. One thing that I really liked about Sean Woodson was the pop in his punches and his strikes.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's a heavy hitter.
He can throw those things
That's
fast.
those long, lanky guys, man, like Anderson Silva when he's fighting 185, dude.
Yeah, he can throw those
just
fast.
Throw a lot of power. You don't think that the lanky guys have power like that, but they do.
Yeah, Julian, man, crazy, nice. Oh yeah, how about our home county making international news for being racist?
Isn't that the funniest shit, dude? They say, hey, we have a mandatory mask requirement now for all people. No, not all people. All white people. If you're a person of color, it's optional because we don't want you to feel discriminated.
Yeah. Because when they look at black people, those liberals, when they look at black people, they see a criminal.
That's exactly it.
That's what it is.
They get uncomfortable. If a black person's wearing a mask, they get uncomfortable. So they're going to discriminate against them.
Yep.
And Lincoln County is 90% white.
90% white.
Less than 1% black.
Yep. So you think there's probably about 35,000 people throughout the entire Lincoln County. So you're looking at maybe 350 black people.
Yeah, here we go. Sato versus Witt.
I better check to see if that was right, though.
It's probably close. I mean, when we were at high school,
1%
in Lincoln City alone, I think there's only 2 black families.
I don't remember ever seeing a black kid when I lived out there. There was a lot of Mexicans, though.
A lot of Mexicans.
There's still a lot of Mexicans. So does that mean Mexicans don't have to wear masks too?
Yeah, it said
people of color.
Or people of color. So Sato dropped him.
Fight's going.
Witt's trying to get a leg.
Heavy
though.
on the takedown.
Sato
hits him again.
Sato's got heavy hands.
That's it. Stop it. Round 1 knockout.
Early round 1.
What did I choose?
God.
What did I choose? We both chose round 2, didn't we?
Yeah, we had round 2 knockout.
Oh, at least we both get credit for the knockout.
But we got the knockout win. High five.
Boom. 48 seconds. Holy
on a night that's not very good for us, we finally got a win.
That puts us both at 3-3.
3-3. I mean, we're 500.
Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
All right, so let's. Nice job, though.
I mean,
Sato caught him, dropped him. Well, he didn't drop him, actually. Well, he did. No, he hit him hard. He dropped him. Witt jumped in to grab a leg.
Yeah, Witt got back up and tried to take
Sato
him down.
was hitting
he dropped him right there. That's a clean drop.
That was good.
That's a clean drop.
That was good.
And then Witt gets up and tries to shoot for the takedown, grabs a leg, and then Sato just starts pummeling him. Which is why I don't get why a lot of people don't do that when a guy's on your legs. Hit his fucking head. It's there.
Well, it happened to me. I got elbowed in the head a whole bunch when I was on a single leg.
That.
But I didn't really feel the elbows when I was getting elbowed in the head with the single leg. The only time I felt an elbow was the one that I took to the back of the head right here.
Yeah.
But the other ones, I didn't really feel them. I mean, I was fine. I picked the leg up. I finished the takedown. I took him down. But, I mean, I imagine that getting hit by one of those could hurt you. But I run on adrenaline. I don't really feel it, man. Like,
it definitely had an effect.
I don't know. I don't really feel the punches when I'm fighting. I feel them later. For sure.
I could imagine.
When I broke my foot when I won my title belt, I felt that. After the fight, during the fight, I didn't feel it.
What's up next then? So is that?
Oh yeah, this is the one that I'm looking
versus
for.
Perry?
Huh? No. This is Brendan Allen versus Kyle Davis.
Okay.
This one was hard to pick. I picked Brandon Allen because Brandon Allen, I feel like he's just a little bit better. I feel like they're both submission guys. They both can submit people. They're both exciting fighters. I don't feel like based of what I've seen from both of them so far. I think that both of these guys have a long career ahead of them in the UFC.
Yeah, see, I felt like Daukaus had the better submission game, the better ground game.
He didn't have
he was going to get it down there.
Tougher opponents, though.
Yeah, I just felt like he was going to get it down and take it and submit him. So we're going to find out what happens now.
I mean, they're both good guys, and they're both guys that I think deserve to be in the UFC for a long time. But that's the next one that I got listed right here.
Both good prospects in a 185 division that desperately needs new blood.
Yeah, Kyle Daukaus is undefeated right now. Brandon Allen's 14-3. Kyle Dawkins is 9-0. If he was 19-0, I probably would have picked him. But yeah, I mean, I was really excited about both of these guys, to be honest. With the way that these guys fight, and if I remember, Brandon Allen, he fought on Dana White's Contender Series, and so did Kyle Dawkins. So Brendan, sorry, it is Brendan. He made a point of pointing that out.
Did people call him Brandon or something?
Yes, yes. So in one of his other, I don't remember if it was his UFC fight or his other
his name's
Contender
spelled
Series. It's spelled Brendan. But he specifically made a point to tell everybody it is Brendan, not Brandon.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's BRE.
Yeah. So, so Brendan's got a couple of wins inside the UFC already, and he has the win on the Contender Series. Those two things right there, I felt like he had the better. I mean, he fought Tom Breeze, so I thought that he had the better opponents, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. I mean, sometimes when you look at that and you have named fighters that a dude's fought, at least you can gauge his actual talent.
Yep.
It's hard to gauge talent when a guy's fought a bunch of people you've never heard of.
Yeah. Well, to his credit, though, when you look at Dawkins, he's fought at Cage Fury Championships. He was the former champion. That's where I looked.
Like he fought in some of the tough promotions.
He did.
Where I know they've got quality opponents.
Yeah. So this to me, we'll wait to see. Fight. This is my pick. My second pick actually for Fight of the Night. My first one is going to be the Mike Perry, Mickey Gall one. I think that's my third pick. I think that this one's more exciting.
The main event's going to be exciting.
This is me as someone who likes exciting grappling, not what we saw last week at heavyweight. Trash. Well, but he's exciting. He's exciting. This fight coming up here.
I get excited when I see him getting his ass beat.
I like Mike Perry now.
I fucking hate Mike Perry.
I like Mike Perry. If you heard me last week, I hate him. I get him now, though. I get Mike Perry.
He's a piece of shit.
No, I get him. I understand him. I love him.
Nah, he's still a piece of shit.
I love him because I finally understand.
It's because he's 1% black, so he can say the N-word. That's why he's trying to go POC now.
I don't know anything about that, but it's
POC. This is on his Twitter. He said I'm 1% black, and he said and going off on all sorts of people, just saying stupid shit. It's the funniest shit.
In all honesty,
but he's not 1% black. He was just saying it so he could say.
In all honesty, I don't care either way.
He's just a piece of shit person. He's a piece of shit human being. I don't like him at all.
I like him. I like him because I get him now. I was listening to him talk about his training and everything that's going on and all that stuff and what's going on with his girlfriend and her being in the corner. And he's like, it reminds me a lot of when I was younger, what actually ended up leading to a fallout in the Armstrong Martial Arts gym where I was at. So I liked to do a lot of training and cross-training at different gyms. We had developed that. You talking
about when you were training over at Fisticuffs 2 and Armstrong?
Yeah, but let me tell the story. Right?
Go ahead, tell us that.
So
I just want to make sure I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So we had developed this team. It was three gyms mixed together. It was Curtis Crawford, Kurt's Ultimate Fitness is what it's called. He's a striker, former member of the Seattle IFL team. He was a striking coach, kickboxer. Then it was Fisticuffs Gym, owned by Leonard Gabriel. Leonard Gabriel, he is best friends with Ensign Inoue, really good friends with Ensign, and he also coached the Australian guy, almost won a title, or had an opportunity to win a title. What is his name?
Well, which one? Because there's a few. Robert Whittaker.
No, from a long time ago. Wrestler came out on a tear. He probably won 55.
I don't remember that. I do. If I saw his face, I would know.
You would know.
I don't remember it right now.
Yeah, you would know. Anyway, so he coached a couple of guys at the UFC. He was a great striker. He owned a boxing gym. And then I was also training at Armstrong Martial Arts in Battleground. Yep. Armstrong Martial Arts. Ray Armstrong's like a TKD black belt, Taekwondo black belt. Also does jiu-jitsu. At the time, I believe he had a blue belt in jiu-jitsu. And he was just starting up his MMA gym. And then I also had other friends. One's a state champion wrestler. One was the Evergreen High School wrestling coach. Mark Castle. Corey Von Bauer is a state champion wrestler. Matt Lowry. And so I would kind of bounce around from place to place to try to get my work in. If I'm going to go work on my wrestling, I would like to be with Mark Castle, who is a college wrestler
He was
himself.
there for your first fight.
No.
He
coached
trained
me.
you for your
He
first
coached
fight.
me and trained me for my first fight with Matt Lowry and Corey Von Bauer. Matt Lowry cornered me in my first fight.
Yeah.
So that was before I even went to Armstrong Martial Arts.
Yep.
So they were right down the road from our house at the high school, and I didn't have wheels or anything like that, so it would take me some time to get out to Battleground. I'd have to find a ride out there or something like that, or get Dad to give me a ride, or Dad would let me drive his truck every once in a while that never had gas in it, so you'd run dead. Yeah. So it made it hard for me to get out there all the time, and plus, I wanted to work on my boxing, I wanted to work on my wrestling, and a lot of other things that I felt like fit my style a little bit, and I thought we were still doing this hybrid combat team. That's what we called it, hybrid combat team. If you look at my fight where I went up to 155, we talked about it a couple times in amateurs. During that fight, I came out with a hybrid combat team shirt. I was sponsored, or our hybrid combat team was sponsored by an energy drink at the time, and so I got some free energy drinks. And we wore that shirt out with that energy or that energy drink on it, and I thought that everything was fine. And Kurt was in my corner, Leonard was in my corner, and Ray was in my corner. So I'm spending more time at the boxing gym and a little bit of time at the wrestling gym. I ended up breaking my foot. I had a fight coming up. I asked Ray to cancel the fight. Ray never canceled the fight. Then coming up the day before the fight, I told him, I was like, man, my foot's broken. I can't fight. You need to cancel that fight.
Yeah.
And so then he ended up canceling the fight. The next day, he gave me a call. He wasn't rude or anything. He's like, hey, things aren't working out. I wish you luck, blah, blah, blah. It wasn't rude or anything like that. And then I go on the local forum, FCFF.com, which is the amateur MMA promotion owned by Chael Sonnen. And that's where I was fighting at a little bit, and that's where my fight was supposed to be at. I was supposed to fight there. Then a couple of Ray's guys, who I thought were my friends, were talking shit about me and saying a bunch of shit like, oh, you fucking traitor, blah, blah, blah. You backed out of the fight. I'm like, dude, I got a broken foot. I backed out of a fight. I told Ray to cancel that fight a long time ago, and he never did. Yeah. So I got upset. That was the end of everything. No longer a part of that team. Caused a lot of beef. Things went their own way. After that, I still did the same thing. I bounced around from gym to gym.
Yeah.
I developed a reputation. There's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt in the area named Trevor Brunel and Ian Vossler. Both of those guys, they used to call me.
I remember Ian.
Yeah, Ian. Yeah, I love that guy. So, they used to call me like a Ronin. I would bounce around from gym to gym, kind of do my own thing. And this is why I get Mike Perry. See, what happens is a lot of these coaches, they get so possessive of fighters, right? You look at them and you talk about like Customoto. Customoto felt like everybody betrayed him. Everybody betrayed him. He always told Mike Tyson that you're going to betray me too, like everybody else. You're going to betray me like Teddy Atlas. He thought Teddy Atlas betrayed him, but Teddy Atlas also thought that Cus betrayed him as well. Mm-hmm. So they get to this point where it's like they feel like they invest so much into you. They invest their life into trying to get you to the next level. Right? So they teach you the skills. Sometimes they're paying for your meals. They might be waiving gym fees. They might be paying gym fees. Yeah, they might be doing all this other stuff. They may be calling sponsors for you or trying to set up fights, but I set up every single fight I ever had myself, and I called everybody myself. I got myself every sponsor I ever had. So, because I took it all on myself. But a lot of these owners, these managers, these gym trainers and stuff like that, they just get so possessive because they feel like you're their fighter. You're their fighter. Whereas you as a fighter, as a guy like Mike Perry, you're like, I'm not your fighter. I'm my fighter. I don't fight for you. I fight for me. I didn't fight because anybody else wanted me to fight. I fought because I wanted to be the toughest dude in the world at the time. I was angry, I was pissed off, and I wanted to make sure I could take care of someone if I had to. So, yeah, it makes sense.
It does, yeah, that makes sense, but it doesn't change how I see him. Because how I see him has nothing to do with who he trains with or how he trains with or the camp he comes from or where he goes or how he treats his team. I don't give a fuck about that. He's just an overall piece of shit.
He's a fucking genius.
He's a fucking idiot. Like, the way you just watch him on Twitter, the dude is...
He's a troll.
He's worse than a troll because his IQ is so terrible.
It might be, but you know what? What is an IQ test?
It's fucking terrible. It's a measurement of how smart you are.
Based on what?
Based on the smart people.
Based on smart people. So if a person
think about it.
If a person was academically dumb, but you dropped them in the wild and they could survive for months without anybody or anything like that, are they dumb or are they smart? Right? You take a super smart person who
doesn't matter.
You could take a person who could. Mike Perry's got street smarts. This is what I'm talking about.
He might have street smarts.
This is what I'm talking about.
Maybe he doesn't
right?
because he runs around saying the N-word on fucking Twitter.
He's all right. He's
so
good.
I don't know.
Well, these guys could try to test him. He whooped up on some bouncers a few months ago. Whooped up on some bouncers.
I just like seeing him get knocked out, and I like seeing him get tapped out.
He's a troll.
I love it.
So he's a troll. Like you look at what he did on was it Instagram or Twitter where he posted his knuckles all bleeding or bloody and bleeding, and he had a cut on his face, and people were like, "Oh shit, is the fight off? Fight's still on." He was just trolling.
Look at Cowboy though.
He was just trolling.
Cowboy might not be the smartest guy in the world.
Cowboy's pretty fucking smart.
He's fucking. I think he's a lot smarter than people give him credit for. He was moving his camp from fucking Greg Jackson's was absolutely smart. Everyone wanted to give him shit for it, but he was there with Greg Jackson. He wasn't there with fucking Matt Winklejohn. And he actually explains that. There's an interview where he actually goes through and explains the whole thing on what happened. So I mean, I get that, but I just
that was a hard. Looking at the highlights for the Dan Hooker, that was a hard one to pick. I really didn't.
Dan Hooker's it's gonna be a hard one, dude. It's gonna be a hard one. I tell you who I've got right now since the picks are locked. I've got DP, and I've got DP winning a knockout, man. Let me see what round because I don't remember. I think I picked.
Well, I'm not gonna tell you until we get to it.
Yeah, I picked round two. I got him winning a knockout round 2.
I'm not gonna tell you who I got.
Yeah, Mike Perry's just a piece of shit human being. That's all it comes down to for me. Dude, no wonder I did so bad. You picked the same as me tonight.
Shut the fuck up.
I like everything. Hey, most our picks are the same. This is wild.
Oh, no what? That should not say that. That should say submission.
All this shit, and you picked Mickey Gall.
That should say submission.
You even have to tell me how much you like Mike Perry now, and you picked him to lose?
Yeah, I just started liking Mike Perry last night. I just started liking Mike Perry last night.
I picked Mickey Gall by submission in round 1.
I'm so pissed off.
Yeah, why would you pick him by knockout? I don't even think he has a single knockout win on his record.
I didn't. I meant to pick by submission. That's why when I saw it, I was like, wait, that's not right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Look that up real quick. I don't think he has a knockout win to his record.
I don't know, but that was not what I meant to pick at all.
He's a submission guy, and if he's going to win, it's going to go down to the ground, and he's going to win
I'm fucking
either
pissed.
Decision or submission.
That makes me so mad because, gosh damn it, dude.
That's kind of funny, though.
Well, he's got a TKO right there. He's got a submission.
Does he have a TKO?
He's got one.
Who did he beat?
Diego Sanchez.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
But that's
a TKO loss.
Diego knocked him out now. Yeah, I don't know why it says TKO. That pisses me off, dude.
Yeah, so he doesn't have a single TKO win.
All right, so this...
win.
I don't know
if
what
it happens, you're going to be a genius.
That really fucking pisses me off.
Just think about it. If he knocks out Mike Perry, he's big. He looks
Mike
big.
Mike Perry knows how to box. He's been boxing his whole life.
He's a dangerous striker. I'll give him that.
Pissed.
For as much as I don't like him, I would not pick anybody against him if it was the fight stayed standing.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just upset because I want Gall to win by submission, even though I am more of a Mike Perry fan right now. I just think that Mickey Gall has the advantage in that fight.
Yeah, man. So
that fucking pisses me off. Well, I guess I got him by fucking KO in round 2.
Yeah. Can you imagine if he actually knocks out Mike Perry, though?
I'll be telling you, told you, motherfucker, told you.
He'd be like, I picked him. Nobody else in the world fucking picked Mickey Gall by knockout. But I did.
Ooh, holy shit.
Kick.
That was Dacus who landed a huge kick.
Dacus with a good left, too, right there. Ooh, Dacus with a weird kind of attempt at a clinch. Good short elbow from Allen.
Brendan Allen.
Dawkins looks like the bigger guy. Maybe it's just the angle of the camera. I don't know.
You know what's kind of annoying about this? Why is
good one,
Kyle
again.
Dawkins going against a guy
come on, Dawkins, get that finish.
He's got a few fights in the UFC already. You know, if you're going to bring a new guy in, why don't you give him another new guy?
Hey, maybe he's game. Who knows?
Well, I mean, obviously he's game, but, you know, it hurts taking a UFC loss in your first fight.
I mean, it hurts losing in the UFC unless you get a fucking fight of the night because Dana White, he had 2 losses and they cut your ass.
Well,
unless it's fight of the night material.
Oh, shit! Brendan Allen dropped him with the knee. Huge knee. Now he's got top, and it looks like he's getting a submission in. Oh, he's full mount.
He's got full mount, raining down some heavy rights.
That was a beautiful knee. You know,
see, Dawkins, that shot was sloppy, man. It was really weird.
You know what?
He's got the neck. Nah, he's kind of
it's on the side, and Dawkins is turned in a little bit.
Yeah, Dawkins turns.
But what I wanted to say is, like, I feel like Dawkins should have had a chance to be built up. I don't think that Brendan Allen is a guy that you throw him in to build him up. You throw him against Brendan Allen to create an exciting fight, but not to build up a fighter.
Yeah, I think the UFC oftentimes, unless the guy's like a phenomenal striker, like Conor McGregor or Sean O'Malley.
Well, they built Conor McGregor up because he was good on the microphone.
Yeah, good on the microphone. O'Malley might not be good on the microphone, but he's good at making himself stand out.
Hey, he's pretty good. He's pretty good on a microphone.
But he's like, those are the guys that they'll build up because you notice they'll try to feed them like opponents that
and guess what? Sean O'Malley, he's got a rear naked choke, but it's not in. He's on the side.
He's on the side.
Sean O'Malley himself says that he's not trying to fight wrestlers right now.
No, he said he doesn't. He said I'll go forever if I can not fight a wrestler. He's like, I'd rather not fight a wrestler, but I can. He straight up said I can.
He's avoiding wrestlers, and to me, that's part of the reason that I'm frustrated.
He's talking about fighting Marlon Vera in the next fight.
Stupid.
But
Marlon Vera actually called out Ricky Simone.
I saw it, but
Ricky Simone is
Marlon Vera. I think is at rank number 10.
I think that So first of all, Sean O'Malley
not
14. No, he was 14 last time. That's a bullshit.
Because he was outside the top 10 or the top 15 in his last fight. Yeah. So he might have moved into the top 15.
Yeah, with that fight against a guy who's not a top 15 guy.
Yeah. How do you crack the top 15 without beating the top 15
Exactly. Guy? It's a we want to build you up, so we're going to give you a ranking.
That's what I'm saying. So the UFC doesn't really build up guys unless they're great strikers, it seems like.
They need to give if they really want to, because you look at it, Ricky Simone broke top 15.
Yeah, and
then he fell out. Then he fell out with a loss to
a close loss.
No, he got knocked out. No.
Oh, you're talking about the Uriah Faber.
Uriah Faber. So he fell out with the loss to Uriah Faber.
I think he was just jitters on that one, man. Because he was beating Uriah. And it was really weird because I've never seen Ricky come out in a fight.
Jittery.
He comes out in that fight and he's like...
Yeah. Well, and
what the fuck?
I've watched Ricky Simone fight for a long time.
Yeah, dude, I saw that fight in the mall when he fucking broke that dude's nose.
Yeah, I watched him wrestle in high school. I wrestled with him a little bit when he was in high school. I watched him. Dude, I watched Ricky Simone make this guy look completely unrecognizable. Yeah. We were in at Kessler's Bar and Grill. They had an MMA fight there. Brandon Kessler, he's another MMA fighter. He's got a couple of books.
He's got his back, dude.
Brandon Kessler's got a couple of books out right now. One is a great MMA book called If You Ain't Cheating, You Ain't Trying. Fantastic book. Check it out. It's a short book. You can find it on Audible. It's pretty cheap. I didn't use my Audible credit on it. I just bought it because it was pretty cheap. But Brandon Kessler owns a bar in Kelso, Washington.
And do you like supporting local friends?
I love supporting local.
We're all about supporting local.
All about supporting local. So, I've gotten both of the books that are on there. I don't remember what the other one's titled. I would look at it, but we're using my phone to record it.
Hold on, I'll look it up when you go ahead.
But, so Ricky Simone fought in his bar in one of the not pay-per-views, but in one of the MMA fights there. And it was a 5-round fight. And he beat the hell out of this dude. He beat him up so bad that this guy went from looking like a pretty boy to a deformed, ugly motherfucker. Like, he beat him to, hey, you guys. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. He whooped him. He whooped him. You
said Brandon Kessler or Brendan Kessler?
Might be Brendan Kessler. Just type in Kessler's Bar and Grill.
Oh, there you go.
Thought it was Brandon, but it might be Brendan. But
I'm going to look it up real quick for you.
Yeah, I mean, the Audible book is pretty good. I like it.
So he's with one L or two L's or two S's. Because up in Yelp it's one S, and down here on Facebook it's two S's. I'm gonna assume the Facebook is their official Facebook.
Well, let's check it out. He's got a mixed martial arts page, so he's a fighter himself. He's actually gone to Thailand and fought to train. I don't know if he fought there, but he trained there. I think that's what his other book is about, if I remember right. So we're going into the second round here.
So you give that first round to Allen.
I do.
Look at that knee right to the body, man. That fucking dropped him.
Dude, I thought it was over right there.
Good elbows. I hate reading. The fucking, because I've been the last 2-3 years in college, and now I'm going to university.
You know what Audible is?
Yeah.
You don't have to read it.
I know. I'm not trying to listen to audiobooks either. I don't want to hear it. I hate reading anything. I hate anything that isn't moving me towards my degree. For the most part, because I have to spend so much time in books that it just drives me nuts.
You know what I hate? Not being entertained. So
yeah, that's why I like music. I'd rather listen to music than anything else. So you listen to audiobooks in the car, right?
Yep.
So me, I listen to music in the car. I fucking love music. I'm not a musician. I probably don't have any musical talents at all. But music is my passion.
Yeah, listening to music is your passion. You don't play music.
That's what I said. I don't play music, but music is my passion.
Yeah, I listen to audiobooks. I listened to a couple of them about Mike Tyson. I listened to 2 different ones about Mike Tyson. I listened to one specifically about Customoto. I listened to a Teddy Atlas book.
SISO, bitch.
I listened to... Who else did I listen to? I listened to 2 about Dan Gable. Dan Gable is one of the greatest American wrestlers of all time. 3-time NCAA champion, was almost a 4-time one. Then he lost to a Washington native in the finals of his senior year in college.
Did he do that tag team jiu-jitsu shit?
No, he's way
No, Brandon Kessler.
Oh, he might have.
It looked like there's one of the video from tag team jiu-jitsu.
Well, it's probably an FCF one, but
because he had his jiu-jitsu T-shirt on, not a gi, one of those.
Yeah, maybe. So that one right there, I'm probably going to be... I want to look in that and see if I'm in that video, because I was one of the refs, or the judges in this one.
Okay. Daukaus is on top now. He's in guard. Or is that Allen?
Excuse me.
No, that's Allen on top. My bad. Daukaus is on his back. So it looks like they're in half guard right now. Looks like Allen is the better grappler for sure.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought Allen would be the better grappler. It was hard to say, though, because Daukaus is a good grappler, too. But I just looked at the caliber of opponents, the UFC experience. By that, I mean the amount of fights that they've had in the UFC. Daukaus is making his MMA debut, or UFC debut.
I don't know if that's backfired on you sometimes, the last card.
Sometimes. Well, it backfired on you, too.
Yeah, it backfired on me this time, for sure.
But
because this one I picked.
It's not over. It's not over. We still
it's not over for sure.
We got a round in
minute and a half in this round and one full round 3. But I don't know the way things are going, dude. Right now, Allen has dominated the first 2 rounds. It's not really been close. Daukaus has been on the defense the whole time.
I was excited about this one because of the grappling match. It's been a pretty exciting grappling match. Nobody's just laying in the guard. Yeah. Daukaus is trying to do stuff, but
they're both trying to do stuff.
Brennan's just too soft.
He's got an arm in between those legs. It's really weird right now. He's trying to switch it out. And he's got that. Oh, he got his arm out. But Daukaus got side control. Minute left in the fight or the round.
That's a lot of time.
Daukaus is in the guard now. So maybe Daukaus can do something here late.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with Daukaus. I'm just upset with the match that they gave him for his first UFC fight.
Yeah, it's a tough fight for sure. I mean, Allen has been dominating the top position here throughout all 3 rounds, 2 rounds so far.
Yeah, I don't like it when they give these guys...
Oh, look, he's got Daukaus busted up on that right eye. It was that last elbow that he landed.
Yeah, I mean, he's busted up, for sure. For sure. And it's frustrating, though, because I think that Daukaus has a great opportunity to be a good fighter in the UFC, be very successful, break into the top 10, but they threw him against a tough guy that, honestly, will probably end up being in the top 10 soon.
Yeah, I feel like both these guys are going to be journeymen in the UFC for a while, though.
Ooh, dropped him
at the bell.
Holy
Allen with
shit.
dude.
Fucking
That's
dropped
2-0 for Allen.
Don't turn your back.
Do you think that was a 10-8? They might have given him a 10-8 with that drop at the bell.
I mean, based on their criteria.
I mean, he dominated.
10-8 should be given out more. 10-8 should be given out more based on the criteria.
So. Yeah, that's what the whole point of the new scores, the new criteria is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he dominated him on the ground, dominated him on the feet. He controlled the entire round.
Yep.
And then dropped him at the bell.
Yep.
Whoo!
That's a 10-8.
That's a 10-8 for me right there, man.
Bet you they don't give him a single 10-8.
They probably won't. Fucking these judges are so stupid.
Well, the problem is you can't make rules and then not educate everybody on them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what education they have to go through to be honest.
I feel like they need to have a universal committee instead of having the governing body of each different state. They need to have a universal committee that oversees the whole thing.
Yeah, having each state do it is a mistake.
Yeah.
It's a mistake. Stupid. And actually, Chael Sonnen's talked about it a lot with jiu-jitsu, how there's different rules all the time and stuff like that, and how he really wants
has different rules in his own promotion.
No, he doesn't. He follows the EBI rules, and he thinks that everybody should follow the EBI rules.
Okay.
And I agree with him on that. You start with the EBI rules. Eddie Bravo Invitational is a no-gi jiu-jitsu style. I'm a huge fan of it. I love it because
it's fun to watch.
It forces people to fight, right? Or to grapple, right? So in the EBIs,
the only thing I don't like is if you look at some of the matches there, where you get stalemates like Jake Shields versus Connor's teammate, 170, Dylan Dennis. Oh. So that fight was a whole stalemate. I mean, you can call it a fight, whatever. It was a jiu-jitsu match in Sub Underground.
Submission Underground, yep.
I forgot which one it was, but they were on there. It was Dylan Dennis versus Jake Shields. Good match. It was an even match, but the only reason Jake Shields won is because he had a faster escape time in the overtime. That was it.
But they had to do that. They have to do that.
That's crazy, man.
They have to do that, especially because you think about it. It came from the EBI rules. EBI, they do that because, one, the goal is, in EBI, you don't get paid unless you submit them within the regular time limit. Mm-hmm. Okay, but you're gonna have, if you win, you're gonna advance
Dowkins
and you're gonna have 3 different fights.
Is that Dowkins on? Yep, Dowkins on top. Wow, Dowkins has top now. He's inside control.
So you're gonna have 3 fights.
Kind of north south on him almost.
You're just switching subjects when I'm trying to finish on that subject.
I know. I'm trying to focus on this fight for a second.
Well, anyway. In EBI, you're going to have 3 fights if you win. You're going to win your first one, go on to the next one, go on to the next one. The goal is to get you to push the action to make it more fun for the fans.
Yeah, and they're trying to make it a spectator sport for jiu-jitsu, which I like.
If you don't get that submission in the first 10 minutes, you don't get paid for that match.
That's kind of wild.
You don't get paid for it. But if you win in overtime, you get the opportunity to advance. Mm-hmm. So then they give you a position. You could be a back escape, or you could be in an armbar.
His back with a body triangle on Allen right now.
It's an armbar position, right? Mm-hmm. Spiderweb position. You're either in that back or in that position. Now, if you're the person in the back, you get to try to submit him. If you're the person on bottom, you want to escape. But the submission doesn't mean anything at that point because the person still gets their next point. They get their chance to match it.
I don't like that they tie it into fighter pay. That's kind of chicken shit in my opinion, because
it's not though.
You got 2 guys going out there and they're trying as hard as they can to fight somebody. They shouldn't have to be penalized.
Here's the problem though. A lot of jiu-jitsu will go on to be a 35-minute, a 40-minute match, a 50-minute match. They can. If a guy, and it's so slow, and it's so boring, and it's not appealing to the fans. Now, what do we want to do with the sport? We want to make it so that it's more fan-friendly. How do you make it more fan-friendly? You find a way to create an incentive to get these guys to actually work towards the submission. You got to create incentive. Instead of playing that little bit of a position game. Because jiu-jitsu can get so boring when you have guys doing such slow, subtle
they stall each other.
Well, they're not even stalling. It's a positional battle.
You still can't tie it to pay.
Millimeters. You have to though. You got
to find something else because you can't tie it to pay. That's just ridiculous. You're going to tell a guy, what about the guy who loses? He just doesn't get paid?
No, he doesn't get paid.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You got 2 guys showing up.
You're in a tournament.
At least get paid.
You're in a tournament. You have the option to be in the tournament or not. You choose to be in the tournament.
They do have a choice.
Knowing full well,
that's crazy.
Knowing full well that if you don't win within regulation time limit, you're not getting paid. So your goal, your job is, hey, I want to make $5,000 for this fight. I'm going to try to submit this dude as fast as I can.
Yeah.
right? So that
do they set it up as there actually technically isn't a pay, so nobody's getting paid unless they win the tournament with bonuses for submissions. Is that how it's actually set up? Because that would make a little bit more sense.
You get, I mean, regardless of if you win or lose the tournament, if you submit them, yes, that's your bonus.
Yeah, you're getting a bonus. So it's not technically tied to actual pay.
Because you're just
getting a bonus for submitting.
You don't get knocked out of the tournament if you win in overtime.
Win the match, yeah.
But you could go through and win the whole tournament and make no money.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And still win it. But how do you force people to
still get paid if you win the whole tournament?
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, if you're winning the tournament, you got to get at least a prize pool. There's got to be some incentive to win, too.
Yeah, I don't remember. Maybe there's like a $10,000 for the winner or something like that. But it just... You have to find a way to make it so that these guys...
Allen's got Daukaus back now. Daukaus in the guard. What the hell's going on? This is crazy. Allen's been scrambling. So this has been Daukaus' round, man. So this is 29-20... Or... Actually,
but Allen's going to steal it here. Allen's going to steal it here.
I don't think he's stealing. I think it's still Daukaus. I think it's 29-27 because there's only 10 seconds left.
Yeah, but he's landing,
it's a 10-8 in the second round.
There. He's landing good strikes. I like this fight, to be honest.
Here we go for the decision real quick.
Let's get that decision.
Daukaus' left eye is fucked.
Yeah. Well, you know what? This is a good fight.
Or no, that's Allen's left eye.
That's Allen's left eye.
Holy shit. Daukaus must have landed. Did they say split? Or that's unanimous?
Unanimous decision.
That had been unanimous. What was the scorecards? Do you remember?
I didn't hear it.
I had to look that up.
You were talking about his eye when I was trying to hear it.
I thought that was Daukaus because the way it was going, but then I looked, I'm like, wait a minute, that's Allen.
All right.
He got fucking hit hard in that one.
Sorry, Chill.
You want to know a question I get asked a lot? I get asked, how do you get into the UFC? In the year 2000.
So we were talking about this in our last episode, I believe, right?
I got a teammate.
Well, not our last episode.
Last two episodes?
Couple episodes ago. We posted online. Well, it's the last time we were in your house.
Oh, that's episode 2. That's three episodes ago.
So we were talking about that. We posted it online. So that was 3 weeks ago. Chael Sonnen comes out with this yesterday, talking about exactly what we were saying and the exact fighter we were talking about. It's good to be ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, man. And let's just hear what Chael has to say real quick.
Here, let's go back a little bit.
You know what you can do is you can
and the video. I got a teammate.
Yeah,
Austin Springer, total stud. Great record, does everything right. Great guy. Came through the Contender Series. Was a big underdog.
Chael watched our podcast. That's why he's talking about it.
Ends up not getting picked up. But this is a guy who's
you guys watch the same shit podcast as Chael. So
example, because he called me 2 weeks ago. And he asked me that question. He said, what do I have to do to get in? What are they looking for right now? What is Sean Shelby looking for today?
When we posted the video.
Mm-hmm. Let's call Sean and ask him. So I called Sean. I asked him, hey, by the way, Austin Springer came through the Contender Series. He goes, yeah, Chael, I know who Austin is. Great guy. Good fighter. I said, okay, he was just asking me, what would you say is the best course? And he goes, well, the Contender Series is a great course. The Ultimate Fighter, when that gets going, is a great course.
Stay ready.
But I don't know that my answer today would be any different than if you asked me 5 years ago or even 10 years ago. Being ready and being able to fill in on a short notice fight. He said, look, just understand what I have to deal with. This is Sean talking. Understand what I have to deal with. I have 500 plus athletes under contract that I must legally give 3 fights a year. Because of the situation we're in, I'm having a hard time even coming up with the dates to make that happen. So I really can't go out and sign new athletes, no matter how great they are, and I will concede you. Your guy Austin is great.
So, but he gets to the next point,
though. I can't go and sign new guys when I've got an obligation to these current guys. However, I do see that when somebody pulls out on short notice and nobody else is ready, he goes, we've always rewarded the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'll reward him. Maynard will reward him. Joe Silva reward him. That's always been a policy. If somebody is willing to step in on short notice, get licensed, make weight, and go out there and do the lifting, they're going to get a 3-fight contract. And then to be smart, to be educated into your sport, to always be within striking distance of your weight class. Now, that's hard. That takes a lot of discipline.
That's what we were talking about.
But what's wrong with that?
The good thing about Austin Springer, though, is he'll fight anywhere from 35 up to 55. Honestly, he'd probably jump up to 70 if he had to take the chance. And guess what? If your goal is to get to the UFC, Bellator's been a good choice for a lot of people who made it to the UFC.
It really has. I mean, why not? Don't just sit your sights on just the UFC.
Didn't Gilbert Melendez fight in Bellator?
Gilbert Melendez came from Bellator.
What about Eddie Alvarez?
Justin Gaethje. Eddie Alvarez.
So
Look at these
stars of
guys.
the UFC, they made it through the Bellator
But
circuit.
even then, they go on to ONE FC. You got Mighty Mouse from ONE FC, Eddie Alvarez, who I think might be retired.
And you also
now.
had Ben Askren, who came over from ONE FC.
Yeah, Ben Askren. And the only reason he went to ONE FC is because of contract negotiations with Dana White. They had a feud going on for a while.
Yep.
Because Eddie didn't really beat anybody in Bellator, but he was dominant in all his fights.
He beat some people.
Not really. And Dana White, he was asking for some crazy money. Dana didn't want to pay it to him. Dana was willing to bring him into the UFC, but not for what he wanted.
There's two different sides of the story.
There's always two sides of the story where the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Ben Askren's side is, hey, I was told that you're under contract, so we can't negotiate with you until you're out of contract. Ben Askren goes out and says, hey,
was that prior to Bellator bringing in Scott Coker? Because I know they fired the last dude that was the CEO or the president or whatever, and then they brought in Scott Coker. Bjorn Rebney, yeah. So Bjorn Rebney was the prior CEO of
I don't know.
Bellator.
I don't remember who was the...
I think it was Bjorn, because Bjorn was really vicious with it. Scott Coker used to work for the UFC after Strikeforce, and then went to Bellator, and they've kind of had a pretty solid relationship when it comes to fighter contracts lately.
Well, so anyway, with the way that it worked out, I don't know. Bjorn ended up releasing him because Ben Askren was like, the UFC won't even talk to me until I'm out of contract.
Yeah.
Will you release me?
That's probably proper litigation the way they did that.
Yeah. So then Ben Askren asked to be released. They release him. And then Ben Askren says, according to Ben Askren, then he called them up and was like, hey, I'm no longer under contract. Let's meet for negotiations. And somewhere at that point, things fell through, and Dana White didn't even meet for negotiations.
I do remember hearing about that.
So that's Ben Askren's story. I do know that Dana White has a very big history of talking shit about fighters, and he also did talk shit about Ben Askren before Ben Askren got to the UFC.
Oh yeah, he wasn't a fan.
I don't know that he wasn't a fan. I have a feeling that there was more said between the two. And I don't feel like we're getting the full story from either of them.
There probably was some text messages that they're not releasing. Kind of like where Dana White,
John Jones. You fucked me over. You told me you'd give me a contract.
Dana White, John Jones, they're talking about. Dana's like, I got the text message. John says, go ahead and release them then. Mm-hmm. And Dana didn't release them. So, I mean, there's obviously, I'm not trying to say take Dana's side in this, because there's obviously a middle ground where each guy
the truth is somewhere
has
in
their
the middle.
story, and then the truth is somewhere in the middle. Mm-hmm. That's the way it always is.
Yep, absolutely.
Let's go back to that last fight real quick, because we didn't hear the decision.
No, we talked about the Brennan Allen decision.
Yeah, no, we didn't hear the scores. Now, the scores were all over the place.
So we thought the third round, or was it
so I scored at 29-27. What did you score?
It would probably be, it depends. Was it the second round or the first round that we thought might have been?
Second round was the 10-8.
Second round, 10-8. So it depends on how
we both agreed with.
Yeah.
So now, but what did you score?
I think first round's 10-9, second round's 10-8, so that puts you 2017. The third round might be
I gave
10-9 in the
Daukaus.
other direction for Daukaus, but to be honest, I don't know for that third round what I would think.
Okay, so two judges gave that third round to Daukaus.
I give it to, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. But, it's that last 15 seconds where judges oftentimes get swayed, right?
I hate that you can try to win. You can steal around 15 seconds after losing for 4 minutes and 45 seconds.
That's the problem with not having a point system.
I fucking hate that.
That's the problem with not having a point system, but it's hard to do a point
system.
But
judges will do that, and you're not wrong. Judges will wait. Oh, he dropped him in the last 5 seconds of the round.
In a round where that
wipes out
whipped all over the place.
Yeah, and he got dominated for the
the harder fights to really judge are the Frankie Edgar, Gray Maynard fights. Things like that, anyway, so where a guy gets dropped and they go back and forth.
So one judge scored a 29-28, no 10-8s. He didn't score the second round of 10-8, which I don't know how you don't. The next judge scored it. Idiot.
He scored it.
He scored it 29-27, which is what I had it.
Mm-hmm. That gives a 10-8 round.
Let's remember, this was a unanimous decision for Allen, right? So he scored it a 10-8 second round. The third judge scored it a 29-28. Or no, he scored a 30-27. So he gave all 3 rounds, but no 10-8s. So this is crazy.
This
man.
is the problem with the
judging's fucking weird, man.
Is judging is inconsistent. It's hard to say who's going to make a great judge because fighters, I don't know that they'll make the best judges. I know everybody says
because you're going to have bias. You got to be able to get people in there without bias.
Well, here's the deal, though. If I get a fighter out there that's a striker, he's going to favor anything striking.
Oh, for sure.
I get one that's a jiu-jitsu guy, he's going to favor the jiu-jitsu, right? And then you're going to have those brawlers that just want to see a good fight. And
what was that fighter that became a judge? He actually retired and went into judging. I think he went into judging. Reffing or judging? I'm pretty sure it was judging.
Well, there was one that went from reffing to commentating, Big John McCarthy.
Not Big John.
But then he also still refs a little bit.
No. He was an actual fighter. He was in the UFC for a while. He was a journeyman in the UFC. Hold on. I'll tell you his fucking name. I know his name. God damn it. Why can't I think of it?
I probably know who you're talking about. But,
You'll know it when I say his name. Hold on. I'll find this. Frank Trigg.
Trigg, yeah.
Why could I not remember
How did I not know that?
How could I not remember Frank fucking Trigg? Frank Trigg. He actually went because he was so tired of MMA judging. He decided to take it upon himself to get into judging. So he went. He's one of the fighters that went into judging.
Well, you know what? It's similar to politics. If you want something to change, you better be willing to step up and take action.
Yep, and he did it.
So, yeah, I mean,
I don't know these big timers. I don't even know if he's even
he's done UFC fights.
Has he done a UFC fight?
I know for a fact he's done UFC fights.
I don't know if he's done UFC fights or not, but
that's why as soon as you said that, I was like, oh, duh, why didn't I think about that?
I was like, dude, he was a big time. He was a journeyman in the UFC. Like, why can I not think of his name right now?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Frank fucking Trigg, man. He was fun to watch.
Yeah, he was fun to watch. And, guys like him, it's hard to say whether or not they're, but he's a ref, not a judge.
Is he a ref? See, that's what I said.
He's a ref.
There was reffing and judging. I didn't know if he went into reffing or judging.
Reffing?
It's a little different.
It would be hard to say whether I would be okay. It's going to depend on the person. You get a guy like Mike Perry, who I like a lot now.
So this fight coming up, we got John Villante versus Maurice Green, just to get that out there.
Yep. Let's see. My pick, I believe I picked Maurice Green.
I've got Green.
I don't really think Gian Villante should be in the UFC. Where is that fight at on here?
I don't know.
It's like not showing on the picks.
Let me go back to my picks.
Where is it? Oh, right here. I got it right here. I picked Maurice Green with a KO in round 1. I figured Gian Villante, he's been up and down in the UFC. I don't really think he deserves to be in the UFC. There are some from his earlier days, times that are exciting, but he's just kind of become a fast.
Hey, guess what? I picked Maurice Green to win KO round 1 too. Here we are. We're at Maurice Green versus Gian Villante, and I've got Green by knockout in round 1.
So do I.
So let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen.
So I picked Maurice Green. I think Gian Villante. I liked him when he was younger. I really did.
When you hear the name, you think he's a UFC fighter. Like Gian Villante, you hear that and you're like, yeah, that guy's in the UFC.
Well, he's been in the UFC.
He's been in for a while.
Shouldn't be. But
yeah, exactly. When you look at his record, he looks like he's a guy that should be cut.
He is a guy that should be cut, and hopefully they do it after tonight. So, we're going to pull up his record real quick. What the fuck?
Pull up his...
How is it that I click on his page? Look at this.
Yeah, hold on. Go ahead.
I'm going to click on his page, and it's going to say
Gian Villante.
See? They don't even recognize him as a real fighter on mixed martial arts.
What the fuck? The Underground doesn't even have him as a fucking fight. That's really weird because they have everybody, man. So
that's funny.
You might have to go to Sherdog for that one.
It's got to be on here. I might have to just type in the fighter name. That's why. That's exactly what it was.
So look at this. He's 2-4 in his last 6 fights.
But he did fight Sam Alvey, and he did beat Ed Herman.
That's a good win. Ed Herman's a journeyman veteran. He belongs in the UFC.
That was 2 years ago. Well, Ed Herman's got a resurgence in his career lately.
He's won his last 2 fights, hasn't he? Click on Ed Herman.
I want to say last 3.
I feel like it was last 2. Yeah, last 2. Because he went on a losing streak, and I can't believe the UFC didn't cut.
Oh, dude, he knocked Patrick Cummins out.
But Patrick Cummins, it's not hard. Patrick Cummins is going to try to take him down the whole time. That's it.
Well, Patrick Cummins, almost an Olympic level wrestler.
Almost,
he's an Olympic
he's a great, you know he's just going to come to take you down, so you're going to be working them knees.
But let's be honest, though, he lost to a couple of
And
guys.
he lost to who? Corey Anderson. I was talking about him.
No, you weren't. You were talking about Corey Hill, and you thought it was Corey Anderson.
I mentioned Corey
and
Anderson.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's why I was like, and I even said that, though. I was like, maybe I'm not Corey Anderson, but I know the dude's first name is Corey.
Yeah, I was like, dude, what are you talking about? Like, I was trying to remember when Corey Anderson...
Look how fat he is.
He's super fat. He looks like me right now.
Deontay, how old is he? He's so he looks out of shape.
Yeah, who knows?
Go back to Deontay. How old is he? I want to find out how old he is. Bro, I'm 33 years old, and I'm about to call this motherfucker old.
Yeah, well, he's 34.
Jeez, he is, I mean, I'm not in good shape, but I'm also not a professional athlete.
Yeah, that's
and I'm also not fighting it. They're at 185, right?
No.
Oh, they're a heavyweight?
Yeah, Maurice Green's a big guy.
Oh, damn, they're a heavyweight. Okay, well, I'll give him a little pass. He's a heavyweight.
I don't care if you're going to give him a pass because he's a heavyweight. He just fought Ed Herman not too long ago.
And Ed Herman's a middleweight, right?
Ed Herman used to be an 85-pounder.
That's what I thought. I don't think he's fought outside of 185.
Ed Herman's a 205er, it says.
He fought at light heavyweight?
Yep, this is 205.
Really?
Which is probably why he's had a resurgence in his career, because lighter guys are better than heavier guys.
He doesn't have to cut all that weight back down to 185.
Lighter guys move up, they do well because lighter guys are better than heavier guys. I'm sorry, you fatties, you guys suck.
You fatties suck. Dude, Maurice Green looks so much bigger than Deontay.
Here's the deal.
Look at this. Maurice Green's taller, and he looks thicker and in better shape.
And Maurice Green likes to smoke and drink alcohol.
Yeah, I don't know why he would smoke cigarettes. Dude, smoking cigarettes is stupid, man.
He's probably the only fighter on The Ultimate Fighter to ever smoke a cigarette on The Ultimate Fighter show.
He might be. And if I knew that, like, I don't remember that happening. He did. But if I would have I probably wouldn't have picked him because of that.
I almost changed my pick because of that, but I was like, Gian sucks,
I was leaning Gian Villante, to be honest.
I know.
But I could not pick against Maurice Green.
No, I was just like, Gian sucks and Maurice Green looks good.
That was my thought process. I'm like, dude, Gian's not going to beat Green.
Yeah, he's a bum.
Yeah, Maurice
Look at that leg kick, though. Look at how much power Maurice Green puts in there.
Gian Villante, dude, he should be a 185er. Like, I feel like he should be.
Camera around.
It's shaking. Let me pull my leg away from the table.
Let's see. Do it again. Whoa, what happened there?
Dude, I'm not even touching it. You're touching it now.
Well, that time was me, but before that was you.
I don't know. Either way.
But Maurice Green is a technical striker.
Yeah.
He's a tough dude. I fucking bump shit sometimes, like I just did again. And I'm not talking about lines of coke.
Yes, he is. That's where I was going. I was like, you bump shit.
I saw you. I was looking like this, trying to watch the camera wobble, and you're like, oh, really?
I heard you bump shit, and I'm like, whoa, what? This guy, okay. He bumps, all right. No. But anyway, look, my point is, look at that. Oh, that was a dick kick right to the fucking dick. Okay, there's no denying that one.
That's a dick kick.
He kicked him in the dick.
But, to be honest, I'd rather be kicked in the dick than in the nuts.
Yeah, because the dick don't hurt as much.
No.
Dude, them nuts will drop you. They'll kill you.
It's that one coming up from underneath that gets you from, like...
I don't even know what it is, man. You remember that kid? I don't know if he still lived in Lincoln City at the time. So, you remember when I played baseball, right? Jordan Kaufman was batting.
I remember Jordan Kaufman.
But Jordan Kaufman was batting, and he hit a line drive to the pitcher right in the fucking nuts. Dude.
I feel like I remember that.
The dude got carried out on a stretcher.
Okay, do you know which one I remember the most? Do you remember One Nut Wade? Wade, I don't remember what his last name was.
Marvel?
I don't know. He went to fucking...
Oh, no. I know you're talking about the skater Wade, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Skater Wade. I don't remember his last name, but I know who you're talking about.
Do you know why they call him One Nut Wade?
Yeah, buddy.
So, there's a spine.
I do remember that, too.
So, I used to skateboard, and there's this thing where you go up the vert wall, and there's a spine. Yep, and there's two...
Because we had one of the most popular skate parks in the nation in Lincoln City.
Yeah. It was actually voted
in Thrasher magazine.
It's in Thrasher magazine on the cover as the gnarliest skate park in America.
Thrasher, I said Thrasher, didn't I?
You did say Thrasher.
What an idiot.
That's why I corrected you. Anyway, so yeah.
It's too much League of Legends. Thresh. He's a character.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Anyway, so it's voted in the gnarliest skate park. He was going to transfer over the spine from one part of the it's a vert park. And the spine is basically a narrow part where there's two rails that go together, and the vert goes down on one side and it goes down on the other side. So he was coming up on one side, transferring down to the other side, and as he did that, the board flew out from underneath of him. He fell down, and he crushed his nuts, popped one of his testicles, only has one nuts for it, and so he became known as One Nut Wade.
It sucks, but I mean, hey, to be honest...
That time I kicked you in the nuts twice?
No, I'm not talking about that. I still got both my nuts. I'm pretty sure one of them's just disconnected. I don't know.
well, our dog Danny was able to get another dog pregnant when it only had one testicle.
Yeah. I mean, he did it skating, so you can't knock him too much. And he was going up the vert, so hey.
Yeah. Yep. Well,
a lot of people avoided the vert. That vert wall, man.
Do you remember? Because
vert wall was tall, dude.
Yeah. Well, do you remember, though, when we were...
I remember Frankie Ortega.
I remember Frankie Ortega.
Frankie Ortega dropped down the spine one time and fucking big time fucked his elbow.
Oh, you're talking about the gnarly, the extension.
Yeah, the gnarly.
Yeah, the gnarly.
And he dropped down that and fucked up one time, and he fucking wrecked his elbow, dude. That was crazy.
The gnarly's basically an extension built out
It is an extension. So you had the big bull... And then you had this extension that went into the big bowl.
Yep. Basically built out of like flagstone. So.
Yep. It was.
It's a flagstone extension that's not smooth at all. Has a little bit of an overhang to it. Makes it a little bit harder. Yeah. And it's probably like, I think the big bowl's 14 feet high on its own, and I think the extension goes up to like, I want to say 17, 18 feet.
I think it's like a 4 or 5 foot wall, dude.
Yeah,
that extension is big.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty gnarly.
It's fucking scary because it is.
It's not flat down.
You say a little overhang, and like for people that don't see it, it probably seems like it's nothing. But when you're at the top of that thing looking down, it's fucking inverted, like a hanging wall on a fucking rock wall. It's nuts.
So round one goes to Maurice Green.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put that out the way. Gian Vellante just needs to be cut, or he needs to retire, or he needs to diet.
He's just old and out of shape, dude.
He's not even that old. He's 34.
Yeah, he's 34, but I mean...
He's just out of shape.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there's some fighters that are older that are good.
So this is the thing that frustrates me.
34 is not even older.
This is the thing that frustrates me. How are you going to tell me, going to the Chael Sonnen conversation, how are you going to tell me that they're legally obligated to give fatties like this 3 fights when they barely win? They suck at fighting. You know, I mean, look at what he's doing.
Do they technically? I mean, I heard
they drop people after one fight.
That's what I'm saying. So how can they say legally obligated?
Yeah, if
they're not keeping legally obligated.
The only reason they're legally obligated is if they decide they're going to keep them with the promotion.
And I think the only time they would be legally obligated is if they want to prevent them from going on to somewhere else where they have to offer them.
Yeah.
They don't have to offer them real fights. They just have to offer them fights in a certain amount of time.
But if they choose to take them, it's up to them or not.
Exactly. And then they'll be like, well, we held up to our end of the
offered you this fight. You didn't want a wrestler.
Offers.
You didn't want a wrestler.
Offers within their contract, which you did sign, but people do outperform their contracts often.
Well, you know, that's a different subject and a different topic.
One. We get it because you
that
look
needs
to
football, really baseball, really needs MMA, to go into deep.
Yeah, and I think MMA fighting or MMA contracts period. I think they need. So the UFC is the top promotion in MMA, right?
Yep.
The revenue generation now Dana White often calls the fighters in the UFC general contractors.
Independent contractors.
Thank you.
Not general, different.
Yeah.
They're not building.
They're not building, but yeah. Independent contractors. Thank you. So he calls them independent contractors. Mm-hmm. But they're not because they're not allowed to go out and choose whatever fight they want.
They don't get to wear their own sponsors.
They can't have sponsors. They have to abide by the UFC rules and bylaws.
Mm-hmm.
They have to use the UFC sponsors.
Yep.
Reebok, which doesn't pay shit unless you have like 20 fights in the UFC.
You know what Sugar Sean O'Malley just said about that?
Huh.
Yo, Reebok sold over $1 million.
Oh yeah, I did see that,
and he got a $3,000 check.
He said,
"Fuck Reebok."
So one thing I didn't know is apparently they do get a percentage of the gear
sold.
Supposed
to be 15%,
but
it's 15% of a percentage of a percentage.
Cut. Yeah,
15% of a percentage, which ultimately leads to $3,000 off of $1 million plus worth of gear sold.
Yeah, so $1 million gear
fuck
sold
you, Reebok.
leads all the way down to $3,000 for the fighter. Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, fuck you. Don't sell my shit. So don't buy any Reebok fight gear. The fighters don't want you to buy it anyway.
Don't buy the fight kits. The fight kits are stupid, man. They're fucking stupid. And I try to support. I'd rather give my fucking favorite fighter $100 on fucking Cash App or something. Just fucking send them $100 instead of buying fight gear.
Yeah, send me an autographed picture.
Yeah, they're gonna get that.
I'll pay you $100 for an autographed picture.
They're gonna get that money versus where if I try to buy their fight gear, they get like maybe $1.
Yo, do you have any of your own shirts there? Can you sign one and send it to me? I'll give you $100. I don't want to send it straight to Reebok.
Exactly. Boom.
But wait, does Reebok even actually give them gear outside of their own competitive gear?
I don't even know, dude. They probably don't.
They seem to fuck them all over left and right unless they're signed to a special contract.
That's why I hate the UFC, the Reebok deal. I was not a fan when they did the Reebok deal. I can't wait till it expires because...
I was a fan when they announced it.
I wasn't.
When they announced it, it sounded great. When they started actually coming out,
great when they fucking announce it.
So when they announced it, it sounded amazing. These guys are going to get customizable gear. They're going to get sponsored by them. They're going to be paid well. They don't have to worry about all this stuff.
Yeah, they're going to get all these. They're going to get guaranteed payments from their sponsorships instead of shady sponsorships that don't pay them.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about that.
They said all this shit, but my thing is like.
But then look what happens.
Look at a lot of fighters. They're losing money because they cannot, like maybe a fighter before.
That's why Brendan Schaub retired.
Maybe they went out and got like 30 sponsorships, right? Yeah. Maybe 4 of them don't pay them, but at least they're getting paid.
Brendan Schaub lost about $500,000 in sponsorship money, so he retired.
Yeah.
So then now he's doing way better than he ever was.
Yeah, man. The Fighter and the Kid. I actually just watched an episode of the Fighter and the Kid.
I can't stand him, but I do like his guest.
I like Brendan Schaub, but I don't really care much for.
I do.
The fucking other guy that's on.
I like him.
They're okay.
He's the one that I like.
He's not the one I like because every time he goes on there, he always goes weird and he tells these.
He is weird. He's a comedy. He's a comedian.
They're both comedians, but he tells.
Brendan Schaub's not a comedian. He had his shit written for him. He had his shit written for him by Joe Rogan and all of his other buddies, and then he sucked. His buddies came out and fucking tried to promote him.
I actually don't watch any of Brendan Schaub's comedy
because it sucks.
But I do like him on the podcast.
It sucks.
My problem is he what the fuck is his name?
Brian Callen?
Brian Callen. So when he goes on there, I watched the episode.
I love him. Because you got to understand.
It's from 4 years ago. Okay? It's an old episode. I watched it yesterday.
It's from 4 years ago and I'm still mad.
No. I watched it yesterday. They had the Hodge twins on there. You know who the Hodge twins are?
Yes, I do.
I love those guys. They're fucking awesome.
I love those.
Fucking hilarious.
So those are a couple of black Republicans who think that these liberals are fucking idiots.
It was fucking hilarious, though, because the fucking episode was great. But Brian Callen always turns it weird, man. Like
that's what I love.
Like Brendan Schaub and the Hodge twins, they're doing this thing and they got this chemistry and they're going good. And then all of a sudden, Brendan Callen comes in here like, yeah, I had this dick, and I'm like, everyone's like looking at Brendan Callen or Brian Callen like, what? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
I was jerking that shit off.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, dude. It's the weirdest shit, and I love it. It's funny.
I love it.
It's funny, but it's I don't know. I like the Fighter and the Kid podcast. Period. I just like watching it.
I don't. You know what I like is I like the Food Truck Diaries. That's the one thing that I do like.
That's the one they just had Brendan Schaub and Sean O'Malley on. There was the most recent episode I watched on that Food Truck Diaries.
Yes. So that's the one thing I do like from Brendan Schaub, and it's more
was a good one.
It's more about the guest than it is about Brendan Schaub. I'm not a huge fan of Brendan Schaub, but I do like his hustle, and I do respect the fact that he was able to step out and say, hey, the UFC fucked me over with the Reebok deal, and it cost me $500,000.
I like what he's doing now, man. So, he's set an example for people.
I hate his comedy, though. His comedy is terrible.
I haven't watched his comedy, so I can't comment on his comedy.
It sucks. I'll show you some of it.
I don't want to because I feel like it'll change my opinion of him.
Yeah, it will. It really will.
Because I don't, to be honest, I don't think Joe Rogan's a funny comic.
Oh, he was early on.
No, early on in his career, I liked him a lot. But I watched his most recent special on Netflix, and I was not a fan.
Well, it's just like Jeff Dunham. I thought he was hilarious when he first came out.
Now Jeff Dunham was
it's old and worn out, and I don't like it.
He tries to do the same
thing. But it's also the same thing as Dice Clay did.
Bruh. I can watch old Andrew Dice Clay clips forever.
Old,
not new.
Yeah.
Well,
old is recycled bullshit.
Because his nursery rhymes are the only thing I care about.
Yeah, I remember. Well, I guess it's hard to say it was new, but he was on Entourage a couple of episodes.
I did watch that,
and he still goes by Dice Clay. Joe Rogan's talked about it, how that was a character created for a skit, and then that just became his whole comedy thing.
That happens a lot, though.
Yeah.
If you watch like Saturday Night Live, certain people will have characters created. And then they just this sticks.
Looking like Mad TV. Look what I can do.
Yeah, look what I can do. Stuart, don't you know?
Yeah, so, I mean, so that was just a character for a skit for a comedy.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I know. Oh, man, we used to watch Mad TV like every night.
We were on that Mad TV.
We would.
Tales from the Crypt.
Ooh,
we were like,
I love Tales.
We're fucking like, how old were we? Because
I don't know, but we weren't lesbians.
No,
that's what it sounded like you were about to say. We were like fucking No, I mean, how old were we?
I was gonna say we were less than like 5-6 years old.
Yo, we grew up on that shit.
Because we lived.
Giovanni's landing some shit.
Villante's going crazy.
What happened there
right now?
What happened there?
I don't know, but
I was bored with Maurice Green picking him apart, and then I looked away. And
dude, all of a sudden, Villante is taking it to him so much.
Yeah, but he is a fatty. He's so fucking tired.
He's in full mount
He had to wait 12 minutes into a fight to start fighting.
But it's round. Maybe he knew he was down 2 rounds to nothing.
Or maybe he just knew he didn't have the cardio to go 15 minutes, so he said, I'm going to wait till the last 3 and wait for him to
I only have the cardio for 14 minutes.
For 3 minutes in a 15-minute fight, so I'm going to let myself get beat up for 12 minutes.
Dude, he was hitting Maurice Green hard.
He was. Shit. But then he also knows Maurice Green's a smoker, so Maurice Green shouldn't have the best cardio.
Dude, you know what? Smokers are fucking weird, man, because I know some smokers that can outrun like a fucking, like a long-distance runner.
I don't know shit about that, but I know some weed smokers who can.
I mean, I just know some cigarette smokers. They're fucking weird, dude. I used to play basketball with kids that could go all day. I'm like, what the fuck? Whoa.
What the fuck?
Hold on. Villante just got tapped.
What a bum.
Hold the fuck on. What happened?
He's a bum.
I need to see the replay. What happened? Because Villante was on top.
What the fuck happened? He probably got choked out.
He ended up getting a
You know what? Oh my god!
What was that?
Are you kidding me? That was pathetic. That's not even locked in.
What is this? He's in fucking half guard. How did he really tap to that?
Yeah, and what a bum.
No way he tapped. No way.
Bum.
Hold on. There's got to be some other position that he got in because he can't tap to this.
Nope, he's just a bum.
No, that's not. No way. No.
Bum!
No fucking way.
Bum!
John Villante tapped to that?
Bum!
He was in half guard and it was a headlock.
Bum!
He tapped to a headlock.
You know what, Maurice Green? I respect your hustle, man. Good job.
No, not taking away from Maurice Green.
Not taking away from you, man.
How the fuck do you tap to a headlock? When you're in half guard.
When you're a bum.
Bro, cut John Villante.
Cut him, and then sign Austin Springer. You just opened up one spot on the UFC roster. Bring in Austin Springer.
I mean, the heavyweight division's shit anyway, so...
Yeah. Well, you know why I talk so much shit about the heavyweight division? Because I hate the conversations of cutting the 125-pound division when it's stacked.
I fucking hate it, dude.
It's stacked.
No, they're talking about, so Mighty Mouse leaves to 1FC. They're talking about cutting
it.
Then they go, Henry Cejudo's the champ now. Henry Cejudo goes up to 135, wins the title,
becomes a double champ, validates how good and tough the 125-pound division is.
And then not only that, then they're like, we're still going to cut the 125. And it's not even the UFC's fault, dude. It's the fucking fans' fault because fans do not show up for 125 fights.
That's because
they're exciting.
They're not MMA fans. They're knockout fans. That's what they're looking for. They're blood sport fans. They're looking for blood.
Think about this. Even Mighty Mouse knocked out Joseph Benavidez.
Yeah.
You remember that fight?
But how many people...
For the title. I think it was for the inaugural flyweight title.
It was after the 125 tournament.
Yeah.
But
because they had the 135. I think he fought him and beat him at 135. And it was a decision. I think they fought twice.
They did fight before that.
And then I'm pretty sure at the 125 fight, I actually had Benavidez winning that fight. And then all of a sudden, Mighty Mouse knocked him out.
So Mighty Mouse, while he was the champion and a great reigning champion, he lost to Uncle Creepy.
Yeah.
He lost to Uncle Creepy, and he should have never been in the finals.
The first fight, right? You're talking about the first one, which they call a draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, Uncle Creepy won that fight.
Uncle Creepy won that, and Uncle Creepy screwed.
Ian McCall, baby. Ian McCall, ladies and gentlemen, for you guys that don't know who Uncle Creepy is.
Yep.
But, I mean, either way.
So, by the way,
it's crazy, man.
Here's the recommendation. Here's the recommendation. Cut Vellante, sign Springer.
You drop Austin Springer, man. Fuck it.
Like he was saying, right? What were they saying in that Chael Sonnen piece earlier, right? Oh, we have so many people under contract. We have to give him 3 fights.
And that's
there you go. Drop him. Drop him. If you drop him now because he's not doing his job, he's not keeping himself in shape, he's a fatty, he sucks, he taps from headlocks. Drop him. Austin Springer is going to come in and perform and win some fans, and he's going to put on a show.
Yeah, man. It's Austin Springer's a grinder. He is a wrestler,
and he can strike.
But
he's light on his feet.
The thing with Austin Springer about a lot of these other guys, he stays busy no matter what position he is in.
Yeah.
He's always fucking doing something. So he's exciting. Yeah. He's what you need.
Yep.
Bring him in. We're going to cut this clip, and we're going to have another Austin Springer belongs in the UFC clip. We'll do this every fucking week until Austin Springer's in the UFC. So you bring him in. Dana White. I'm talking directly to you, Dana White. Sign Austin Springer, man. You saw him fight in person.
Nick Maynard.
He tapped out
Shelby,
your little boy,
Joe Silva,
Giga Chikadiza.
Dana White.
You watched it in person.
Guys. Sign him.
Stop being a little bitch.
I got all the matchmakers there.
Yeah.
Nick Maynard, Joe Silva, Sean Shelby. No, Ray Maynard.
I know how you said Nick Maynard. Like, Ray Maynard? What are you talking about?
So those are the 3 matchmakers.
Yeah.
Then we got Dana White. Hey, Fertitta Brothers.
Dana White automatically overrules everybody, though. It doesn't even matter.
Fertitta Brothers, throw a word out
there.
Dana
said, I like this guy. I want him on the show. Sean Shelby's going to give him a fight.
Well, when you're the president, you got that kind of pull.
Exactly.
So
Dana White, just do it.
I'm just saying, bring him in. All of them. We're going to keep calling him out.
Yeah, just give him one chance, man. You gave him a shot on the Ultimate Fighter. He fought a big guy.
He went up
a weight. Okay? Then you give him another shot at fucking
Dana White's Contender Series. And he wins a huge upset. Probably the biggest underdog of the night.
Finished the fight, and he was the only fucking winner from that night that didn't get a UFC contract. Did you know that?
Yeah. I remember that.
That's some fucking bullshit.
Yep.
That's what pissed me off.
Hey, they wanted to give Giga that contract.
No, that was supposed to be an easy win for Giga.
Because it was.
It was supposed to be hand-fed. Giga gets the contract. He's going to finish this guy.
That's the only reason he's not in there right now is because they don't want to make Giga look bad.
No, Austin pissed off the UFC by beating Giga in that fight. And you know what? Who gives a fuck? You put 2 guys in there to fucking fight, right?
Yep. But here's what I will say, though. Giga was more active after that fight, Dana White's Contender Series, than Austin Springer was. I think the fact that he went back, some people said that that Giga was winning that fight. I didn't feel like he was winning that fight, but that might have been my personal bias because I know
I'd have to watch it again.
Or you don't really know.
I think the last time I hung out with Austin was when we drove him home because he was too drunk to drive. I think we were at Jake's Bar and Grill or Jake's Bar and Grill. It was an after show for one of the fights.
Yes, for one of the fights. Yes.
And me and Dad actually drove Austin home because he was too drunk to drive.
Is that the one where the 2 people were fighting in the bathroom?
I think it was Ricky. Yes! You. So Jake and I are in the bathroom.
Well, no, he was in the bathroom.
Okay, so I walk in the bathroom. I'm taking a piss,
He's going to take a piss. I'm not going with him.
I'm in one urinal. Jake walks in.
No, you walked out and got me.
Did I walk out and get you?
So Cullen goes in the bathroom. Cullen goes in the bathroom and he comes back out and he's like, come back. He's like, come in there with me. I think somebody's jerking off. I think somebody's jerking off. I was like, what? He's like, come in there with me. Dude. So what I hear, I don't want to be in there alone right now. This guy's jerking off. I'm trying to take a piss and all I hear is. That's all I hear, right? So I'm like, dude, some dude's just like getting it on the toilet. That was my first thought. And I'm like, whoa, bro. Buddy, like, what the fuck? I'm trying to take a piss here. Like, bro. And so, yeah, I don't remember going out to get Jay. I thought you were in there, too. No, you came out and got me.
Bro. But sure enough, I looked over the stall and this dude was fucking this chick.
No, you didn't look over. The security guard looked over.
No, I don't remember.
No,
the security guard.
Yes, that's what happened. Here's what
I looked over this shit.
No, you did not.
I swear.
You came and got me, and you were like, I think he's like jerking off. He's jerking off. And I go in, and that's all I hear is.
You hear
and it sounds like, and it's not like a. It
doesn't sound like balls slapping.
It sounds like a dude's trying to hurry up and bust a nut and get back out
weird.
There. And so I was like, this guy's jerking off. Next thing we know,
you thought so
security guard. I'm busting up laughing. Security guard comes in, stands over, peeks over the stall, and he's like, yeah, that's it. You guys get out. And I was like, you guys, oh shit. And I'm thinking that it's two dudes in there. They open the door, comes out a guy and a girl, and the girl's actually kind of hot. And I was like, oh man, I'm so sorry.
No, my thing is how do you keep your composure when you can hear? Clearly, you can hear us talking about this dude jerking off. We weren't quiet at all.
No.
And we're like, I think this dude's jerking off. And he's like 2-3 feet maybe.
And he's like, I'm just going to fuck this dude.
Literally on the side in the fucking bathroom stall and going to town.
Okay, here's the other thing that's funny about
That's wild, man.
I think that person was related to Austin Springer that was fucking the girl.
Are you serious?
I think that was like his brother or something.
I don't know who it was, man. All I know is that was wild. That's not the first or second time that's happened to me. I used to go clubbing a lot, and holy shit, man, people get it on in the bathroom stalls in the clubs.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Mickey Gall versus Jake's fucking new favorite fighter.
Not my favorite, but a guy that I like a lot. Mike Perry.
Mike Perry. He's probably the fighter that I hate. One of the most hated fighters.
Dude, I hated him until yesterday.
I hate him still.
I hated him until yesterday, and I just get him.
I just hate him still. I don't
See,
know,
look at that. Look. Oh, look what we talking about. Come out like there's people there. Come out like you're getting ready to have some fun.
I just don't like him because he's fucking stupid.
He's a douchebag, but who cares?
He's a douchebag. He's a big douchebag, but he's stupid.
Aljamain Sterling.
What I love about
classic striker versus grappler. Yes, Perry has.
Yeah, Perry's a
his girl from the corner is training with guys giving him Gall looks.
I don't mind. I don't care who he trains with. Really, I don't care who he walks with. That's not my thing. My thing is like, who is he outside of the cage? I don't like him outside the cage. And I'll admit, he's a fucking dangerous striker in the cage, dude.
Here's what I'll say: I don't know what he's really like outside of the cage.
I've never hung out with him, but from what I see in social media,
look at how many people who hate Chael because of what they see in social media. You know the Chael you see in person. You know this.
I've met Chael a couple times.
I've met him several times. Right? I used to have his phone number.
The first time I think I actually ever met Chael was at Dixie's.
Yeah, we talked about that last time.
We did.
But, I mean, Chael is not the same person you see.
No, he's cool as fuck. And I think if you ask anybody who's ever met Chael in person, they'll tell you Chael is probably the nicest fucking dude you'll ever meet.
The absolute nicest. He's the biggest gentleman.
And he's a promoter. But if you watch podcasts, he'll even tell you. Like when he talks shit about Anderson Silva, when he was on, what podcast was he on? I think he was on Joe Rogan's podcast. When Joe Rogan, I think he asked him about, like, do you regret, like about the shit you said in Brazil, like, did that worry you? He's like, you know what? Like, thinking about it now, like, I do regret it a little bit. Like, I was scared when I was down there. He's like, dude, I had to go with security, and we got stopped. And he said there was this one point where he doesn't think that these people knew who they were, but he detailed this point where he was in Brazil, and they were driving, right? And this car came and, like, swerved in front of them and, like, stopped them.
Yeah.
And then got out and, like the security guards that were in the car with Chael and his wife, because his wife was with him in Brazil, pulled out their guns. Like, oh, we got guns. And Chael's like, oh, shit, this is real.
Yeah.
And, like, Chael's like, dude, this shit's crazy, man. Like, he's like, dude. He's like, that
you will die chant that they chant?
Yeah.
It's not just for sport.
No, and he even said, he's like, I promoted the fight and I was doing this shit, but, like, yeah. He's like, I mean, I probably would have done shit a little bit differently, but it's crazy. But
then when he went and he did the Ultimate Fighter Brazil, he was opposite of Vanderlei Silva. He came in trying to be the heel, and he won the Brazilian fans over.
Dude, it was really weird because Vanderlei attacked him in the.
I want you to say sorry. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, he's still in character because he's on TV. He's on camera. He's got cameras in his face. When Chael has cameras in his face, he's in character.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
Mike Perry, I don't think he's in character. I think he's just a legit douchebag outside the ring.
Maybe.
But it's also probably a product of how he grew up.
Maybe, but you also do hear stories from people who talk about, and he talked about it himself, so I looked into it a little bit. You do hear stories from people who talk about how the fact that he's a nice guy when he goes to the gyms. He'll go to different gyms. He'll train with the guys. He'll take pictures with the fighters afterwards and the people that are there afterwards. And he's pretty nice and respectful there. So maybe it is all a show. Maybe it's partially a show, and a lot of it is his real personality coming out.
I don't know.
But
does he have a tattoo on his face?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I can't respect any... Like, even Sean O'Malley, I fucking hate people with tattoos on their face. It's your body, do what the fuck you want, but tattoos on the face is stupid. I'm just going to say
You're just
right
getting old, right?
Ooh, Mike Pierce... Or not Mike Pierce.
Perry.
Mike Perry landing some fucking heavy blows on Mickey Gall right now. Mickey Gall's definitely taller, has the reach.
He just looks like he's aged. He hasn't aged well.
Good right hand from Mickey Gall, though. God, they got to have two guys. Ooh!
Oh, that was sloppy.
He just swung and missed, and then got clipped.
Mike Perry staying calm and composed.
It's really weird seeing Mike Perry stay calm, though, because he doesn't usually do that.
He's just walking him down and throwing punches.
He is, and he throws some leg kicks. I like seeing that from Perry kick. Perry kick?
Perry kick.
It's a Perry kick. We got a new kick. We just invented a new kick, ladies and gentlemen.
It's the same as a leg kick, but we call it a Perry kick.
But it's a Perry kick. So whenever you see this from now on, you're going to call it a Perry kick. Watch. I'm saying.
And he's not even setting him up, though.
He's just trying
Mickey
to throw
Gall's
big
like running
overhand
away,
rights.
though.
Ooh, oh, he caught it, though.
No
Perry,
way.
don't try to take it to the ground, Perry. You're going to lose that. I guarantee it. Okay, good knee.
Oh, he takes him down!
He slammed it with a slam.
He takes his back, and he's trying to... Oh, you idiot.
He's not going to get the
back.
No
way. No way.
So he's got Mike...
yeah, keep that half Nelson. Back. That's a good idea. Keep that right now.
He's got the right leg. He's got a right leg.
Keep that. It's a control. Now you're in seatbelt position. Get your other hook in.
If he can get his left leg, if he can get his left leg in there, he can work for that rear naked.
Yep, he's got seatbelt right now, but he's only got one leg in. Mickey Gall could get out of that if he can get his hip out.
I think.
Look at that. Oh, you see what he did? That was a good job from Mickey Gall.
Look,
he pushed on that knee.
Mickey's good on the ground, man, but Perry's in full guard. Or half guard.
Way.
Half guard. Okay, half guard. We're in half guard. Perry's in half guard on Gall. Let's see what happens. This is crazy. Who would have thought Mike Perry would have fucking gotten half guard on Mickey Gall?
Yeah, I mean, we're still in the first round, but, a wrestling
wicked.
A wrestling round in high school is 2 minutes, right? And at this point right now, you would have to say if this was a wrestling round in high school,
well, Perry's got the win. Perry won the feat. He's got the win. I mean, there's 10 seconds left.
he takes the round. And he's landing some ground and pound. He's landing some ground and pound.
That's wicked, though. I didn't think Perry was going to do anything on the ground.
Hey, you know what, though?
Who's he been training with for this camp?
A bunch of people.
Because this camp, dude, he's shown like, okay, Perry, you've been improving on the ground because he
said that. He said that. I've been working on my jiu-jitsu.
I know he's been working on it, but...
And he's like, I've been working on my jiu-jitsu. I've been training with people. Woo! I've been training with people to give me the looks of Mickey Gall, right? He didn't tell too much, but he said enough.
I was going to say, everybody says that for every fight. I've been trained. They always bring in people that look like they're
He didn't bring in. He sought out. He went too. There's a difference, right? And he didn't want to say too much. You could see he almost said who he was training with for jiu-jitsu in one of his interviews, and he was like, "I was training with
I bet you he was training with Cowboy.
Some guy, I bet you he
went to the ranch.
This dude out there, and he's kind of played it off like that. He's not dumb like people think.
He's not. I'll bet you it's not some guy. I'll bet you he was training with Cowboy for this fight.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Let's find out, because Cowboy tapped him out, and he's like, "Oh shit, this is fucking crazy."
I mean, yeah.
And Cowboy's one of the best submission guys at 155.
He's one of the best strikers with submission.
And striker, fuck yeah.
So that's the cool thing about Cowboy, though, is
Cowboy's really well-rounded. That's what pisses me off about Cowboy. He's so well-rounded, but when he gets into big fights, he always
comes from the Thai background.
I love Cowboy, man. He's
likes to stand up and strike.
He's my number one favorite fighter of all time right now. Like, Cowboy, Connor, and Andre are my three favorite fighters.
Hey, I got something to show you.
You know those are my three favorite fighters.
Give me 1 second.
So, tap out. Oh, my God.
This is where I learned about Donald Cowboy Cerrone.
Tap out, bro.
That's where he was.
Yeah. No, I forgot all about the tap out.
This is it. So, if you remember the shorts that were really important.
Yeah.
You look at Donald Cerrone's shorts, his undershorts, they still have a part of the same shorts that he was wearing in this.
No, tap out, rest in peace to, what the fuck
Mask,
is his name?
Charles Mask.
Yes, Charles Mask.
Yep.
Dude, fucking, We used to watch that show religiously. Dude.
I watched multiple episodes over and over again.
We used to watch that one religiously. Yeah. We saw so many fighters before they came up on that show.
Right there.
Shit, I can't believe you got that. Is that VHS?
DVD, baby.
Oh, man, we got to watch that.
5 discs. It's
so thick, I thought it was a VHS.
Yeah, well, when she said it was so thick, she thought it was a vibrator.
Yep. I've had that question before. Hey, what happened? It's much bigger than I thought. I try to promote it as little, so hey.
I didn't want you to be disappointed, so I made sure.
Yeah, I was like, I'm trying to avoid the disappointment.
And then you're surprised.
Hey.
You said 3 inches. That's 3.5. But no, I mean, like, look, this right here, you're probably not going to find this in very many places.
I don't know if you can find that you might be able to find that on eBay.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe. But you know what? I love it.
You might be able to find that on Amazon.
I've been a long time fan. I should put this out here with the rest of my shit.
Dude, that's a good one, man. That's a good one. I forgot about the Tap Out series, man. I love that fucking show.
Oh, I loved it.
You remember Sunshine?
Yeah, I do.
Sunshine! What happened to that fucking guy?
I don't know, man.
What was his real name? I don't even remember his real name.
I just remember him as Sunshine.
I just remember the nickname because Mask was always like, Sunshine! He's like, let's go Sunshine! He's just always yelling Sunshine, dude, pumping him up.
Yeah. We're going to have to sit back and watch that one.
Dude, we need to do a fucking, like, a
live
Tap Out review.
We should do a live stream. Yeah. We should just do a full live stream of us watching this.
Yeah, dude. Mickey Gall's got a
I haven't watched this round much because I went and got that, but
yeah, that's
I knew
crazy.
You'd like that.
Dude, no, that fucking brought me back to memories, man.
I was like, this guy would like that.
That was the first time I ever saw Cowboy was on Tap Out.
Yep.
Dude.
He was a young boy.
Dude, and it's crazy. And now he's the record holder for fights in the UFC. Who would have fucking thought?
This was before he even fought in the UFC. Because do you remember how they did it? What they would do is they would show up to a gym, say, "Hey, what guys do you got that are like worth?"
Yeah, and then okay, we'll go watch.
We'll take them to their fight. Let's do it.
Yeah,
and then they drive.
But then you think about it, like in he was in WEC, fought Benson Henderson. Benson Henderson beat him, tapped him out, and then I think he fought Benson Henderson twice, right?
I don't remember.
I think he fought him twice.
He's had like
fought Anthony Pettis
like 50 fights.
He fought so many good fighters, but he goes on to the UFC, right?
And 170.
He's got more fights now than fucking guys that have been in the UFC forever. Anderson Silva was in the UFC before Cowboy got in the UFC.
Yeah,
he has more fights than Anderson Silva.
Crazy.
Fucking nuts.
Crazy.
Dude. Like, how can you not be a fan of Cowboy?
And he also probably has the shortest turnaround of all these other fighters, too.
Well, he's one of those guys that lives by what he says. He says, I'll take any fight, anytime, anywhere. I don't care.
He's done it.
And he does it all the time.
He fought Nate Diaz with a broken rib. He didn't pull out for that.
After he got a
motorcycle accident.
Or motorcycle?
Well, it might have been a quad.
It was some sort of... He had a motor vehicle accident where he was out on a motorcycle or a quad, something fucking...
Oh, shit! He dropped him.
Gall's got him.
Gall's dropped.
Uh-oh. Perry's got him down. Okay,
short time. Perry should have just let him stand up.
Yeah, Perry's got his 9 seconds, 8.
But he takes him down. He's out grappling him, dude.
It's really weird.
You know, oh my gosh.
Are they going to cut Mickey Gall after this? Because Mickey Gall's not really done anything.
No, they're not going to cut Mickey
Gall. You don't think so?
No.
What's his best win?
He's got the potential to stick around for a while.
He's got potential, but I'm pretty sure he's older than Mike Perry.
Well, I don't think so, but we'll find out real quick. I'm going to look that up.
Look that up real quick, because I think he's like 28, 29 years old.
I typed in Mickett. That's not going to pull up anything.
I just remember a few years ago when Mickey Gall came to UFC and he fucking ended up tapping out, what's his face from
your
WWE?
Boy? Yeah. I don't know. I don't watch WWE. I don't even remember him.
I don't know his name either. From the fucking WWE.
You know, I fucking don't know, dude.
Yes, you do.
I
don't even know his name anymore.
Well, okay, so if you lose to...
I was excited to see him get a shot, to be honest, because he's been training jiu-jitsu for years. But his striking game is fucking terrible. What the fuck was his
CM Punk.
CM Punk.
Yes. I got the record right in front of me and we're struggling on it.
You idiot!
You saw it!
I did not see that! I can't see that far. I don't have glasses on. You got your contacts. That's so small. I can't read any of that.
We got.
Hold on.
We got to get you some context.
Oh, my God. There you go. Okay, we can see it now. Holy shit. Bruh. So, hold on. Who did Mickey Gall beat? He beat
Sage Northcutt.
Salim. Okay. He lost to Diego. George Sullivan. Nothing. Yeah,
are you kidding me? Sullivan.
What's Sage Northcutt done? He's been getting his ass beat in fucking ONE FC.
He got his ass beat by one dude who's a motherfucking monster.
Monster. But Sage Northcutt, I remember when they brought him in, he was supposed to be this, like, the kickboxer, right? He's got the look. He's this next badass motherfucker. He's going to be the next young UFC champion that's going to be this next thing. And then he turned out to not be.
He left the UFC on a 3-fight win streak.
Did he, though? Go to his thing.
I'm on it now.
Because that was in UFC. Yeah?
He left.
But who are those guys? I've never heard of any of those guys.
Well, it doesn't matter, though. They made it to the UFC.
Did they bring him in just to fucking lose to Mickey or to Sage, though?
I don't know. We're gonna look at some of their shits.
Look at his last guy.
I'm gonna look at all three of them. I got them all three.
Look at all three. So it's kind of weird because that looks like those guys are specially fed to try to build him up.
Well,
to be honest, let's just look at that.
12-5. This guy's got 6 fights in the UFC. And how the fuck he's got six fights in the UFC?
When he's 5-1
he's
or
1-5
in his last 6 fights?
How about you just cut him and sign Austin Springer?
1-5?
Well, they probably cut him because that's 2018. Yeah, they gave him 6 shots. And he missed weight on his 3rd loss in a row, and they still gave him another shot. And he was a
lightweight, went up to welterweight to fight Mickey Gall on that one. His only welterweight fight.
Sage Northcutt.
Sage Northcutt. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird right there when he's coming off of 3 losses in a row.
But if you look at his record, he's 12-5. So all 5 of his losses came in the UFC. So bringing a guy in that has so it has 11-0, 11-0, bringing him into the UFC. That's a dude that looks like he deserves to be in there.
But
he got his shot. He got his shot. He lost to David Tamer, who's actually pretty good. He got a shot, didn't turn out to work out. Sage Northcutt was his 4th loss in a row in the UFC.
Ooh, Perry threw a head kick. Wow, that's new.
Ooh, Mickey Gall made himself look stupid.
What was that? He threw this weird elbow and then just gave up his back.
You might need to be getting rid of Mickey Gall. Although Mickey Gall has a name.
He's got a name because
he's grabbing the cage. Stop letting him grab the cage.
Because of CM Punk. That's the only reason he got a name. I'm pissed.
Well, no, it starts before that from Dana White's looking for a fight.
Yeah, and then he called out fucking CM Punk on looking for a fight.
I tried to get my
boy. They gave it to him because of looking for a fight.
I tried to get my boy Jake Smith that fight.
Smith whooped his ass too.
I was trying to promote that up and hype that up. Jake Smith was a new pro.
So it's funny. So
Jake Smith's a Bellator fighter right now.
Jake Magra, when I met him at college.
Mad Dog Magra.
It was funny because he told me that story. Like he's like, oh yeah, I'm real good friends with your brother. I'm like, you know my brother? He's like, yeah. Yes. He's like, so you remember those 2 dudes that were standing cage side?
Jake the Cupcake.
With the sign that said Jake the Cupcake on it. He's like, yeah, that was me and Jake Smith. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I was standing literally right next to you guys for that fight.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck do I not know that?
Yeah.
I'm like literally standing next to Mad Dog Magra and Jake Smith for your fucking, I think it was
Jake
your first
Smith,
fight, right?
That was my first official MMA fight.
In FCFF.
Yes.
Yeah.
Chael Sonnen's owned FCFF.
Yeah. And we were fucking I was standing right next to Magra and Smith for that fight.
Yep. And Jake Smith, the half black attack.
And now he's now a Bellator fighter. And he should be in the UFC too, to be honest.
Well, he's coming off a loss in Bellator, but yeah, I mean, he's got the ability, he's got the striking.
He's there.
What's awesome about Jake Smith is he is a guy who's probably, I don't know if he's competed at heavyweight. He's competed from anywhere from 155 to 205. He's knocked dudes out at 205, and we were on the same wrestling team, me, Jake Smith, and Mad Dog Magra. We were all on the same wrestling team in high school, and Jake Smith never really took it serious. Neither did Jake Magra. And I'm Jake Thomas, right? So we're the 3 Jakes, and so it's kind of funny, all 3 of us there. But
yeah, that's why I said Smith and Magra instead of just Jake.
Yeah, Jake Smith, Jake Magra, Jake motherfucking Thomas.
Just Jake, baby, Jake.
So it's a Jake day.
Got all these Jakes.
That's a great day to be a Jake. So yeah, so we were all on the same wrestling team. They were funny because they just like to have fun and make videos. Jake Smith, he was a little bit overweight. And he would run around outside with Megra, and they would make videos in the snow in their wrestling singlets and stuff like that.
Somebody should have made a video of me and Jaron running around in the snow in our fucking underwear.
Somebody should have made a video of your buddy Brandon falling off the roof that one day when I was trying to get it in.
If somebody had video of that night, we could make a whole movie of that night. That was wild.
All right, so we go to decision.
Mike Perry probably won this one 30-27.
Absolutely. Every single round. There's probably some 10-8s in there.
I don't know about 10-8s in this one.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know. We'll see. Ooh, Gall won a round? What round did the judges give Gall? We didn't pay attention to the second round too much or the third round. So
there you go, Mike Perry. Hey, your dime piece is sitting side by side like you said. She gets to see the fight.
But, hey.
And
he out-grappled Mickey Gall, so that's a big accomplishment for Mike Perry. I'll give him props for that.
He out-grappled him, outstruck him.
We knew he would outstrike him, though. That's not surprising.
So, yeah, no, not surprising.
What's surprising is that he did out-grapple Mickey Gall, who is a grappler.
I just want to know more about the training behind the scenes. And I know he's being secretive about it, trying to play off like this dumb, dude, but he's not dumb. He's not
Darren
dumb,
Till.
I'm telling you. Bryce Mitchell.
Keep going at him. I don't give a shit. It just pisses me off. Darren Till 3 days.
Look, right there. See? Mickey Gall kept grabbing the fucking cage over and over again.
3 days before this fight, I think he had a bad weight cut. I'm telling you. I think Mickey Gall had a bad weight cut. He looks like he had a bad weight cut.
Well, he looks like shit.
He does. But
see, look. When you get dropped like that, when you get dropped, he got dropped. He got hit with a punch and dropped. How are you going to tell me? It's like we were talking about earlier. Damage, right? He got dropped and he got this shit done to him.
That could have been a 10-8 because he got dropped. Based on the new scoring system, could have been. But I think Mickey
Effective
Gall,
striking, octagon control.
I'll bet you it'll come out after this fight that Mickey Gall had a bad weight cut.
Well, I mean, it's an easy excuse.
It could probably sound like an excuse now, but
it's an easy excuse.
I said it before the fight. He looked like he had a bad weight cut.
Well, I said he looked like he aged.
You said he looked like shit.
He didn't look good.
And I said he looks like he had a bad weight cut.
Mike Perry looks thick and healthy.
Mike Perry does look healthy. Only UFC fighters like Francis Ngannou got physique on me. That's fucking comedy. That is a hilarious line right there. I like that. Okay, Mike Perry, I see you, baby.
You're starting to come around a little bit.
I don't know if I'm coming around.
No, I'm telling you, man.
We'll see what he says online after this stupid shit.
Do you know when I started watching the research, I was like, fuck this guy. I'm just trying to figure out the best guy that's going to win the fight, right? Yeah. So I started doing my research trying to do that, and I watched a couple hours of footage on him of him training, his girlfriend holding pads, him doing interviews with Ariel Helwani and other people, and just listening to it and piecing it together and thinking. I'm like, man, this guy's not a fucking dummy like people think. He's very smart. He knows what he's talking about. He's not dumb.
That's a loss for both of us right there. Because you had Mickey Gall by knockout.
I had Mickey Gall by knockout apparently. I didn't. I had him by fucking submission, but this stupid app fucks things up. We both had him
by submission, but somehow Jake picked knockout.
I was fucking pissed. I was going to show Cullen that I said Gall by submission.
Because we both had Gall round. I had Gall round 1 submission. I just can't believe he got out grappled. I'm surprised
pissed,
about that,
dude. Like, even though it's a 0 lot for either of us, I'm still mad about that. Yeah. And you know what? My original pick, I had Perry until yesterday.
Really?
Even when I was becoming more of a fan of Perry, weird. I had Perry picked by knockout. Yeah.
I mean, I could see if Perry's going to win, that's how I would have picked him, was by knockout. I didn't think he'd decision him.
The problem was for me,
I didn't think he'd be able to out-grapple Gall, and he did. That was fucking wild.
Yeah, the problem for me with picking Mike Perry, while I became more of a fan, my pick on that one was definitely not emotional, like Violent Bob Ross, right? So this was not an emotional pick for me.
Emotional for me because
when I picked Mickey Gall, I had seen that Mickey Gall had been training. I had heard the interviews, and Mickey Gall was acting like a real professional,
top
whereas, we look at Mike Perry, and he wasn't. And I was like, dude, this guy, and I start listening and watching more, and I'm starting to figure it out, but I just didn't know. There's so many questions that I didn't know that I wanted the answer to that I wasn't sure about.
I liked what I seen from Mike Perry.
I became more of a fan.
He looked like a more well-rounded fighter tonight.
Yeah, and I became more of a fan tonight of him, too, watching him
I'm a little bit more of a fan from him.
Good.
Little bit. I still don't like him as a person.
You don't have to
I like him as a fighter a little bit more.
There's a lot of people I don't like as a person.
Yeah, hey, that's a lot. But right now we got Dustin Poirier coming up versus Dan Hooker. This is my fight of the night right here. I think this is going to be a fucking barn burner, dude. This is going to be one of those fights that is talked about for a long time.
It should be.
I think that's what we're about to get into. I've got him picking DP knocking Hooker out in the second round.
Did you really?
Yep.
Yeah, I got to knock him out in the second round.
All right. We got this. Hey. DP, don't let us down.
You know, this is a hard one to pick.
Dude, it is, because the way Dan, okay, so I'm a big Paul Felder fan. Paul Felder is one of the best strikers in the 155 pound. One of the best strikers in the 155 pound division. And Hooker beat him up.
Yeah. You know,
close fight, but Hooker won.
Oh, Hooker did win.
Now, DP has looked like a completely different fighter at 155 than he did at 145.
Yeah.
And he's looked like a fucking monster.
Yeah. So what's his...
I don't feel like he's going to lose.
What's his most recent setback? So he lost most recently to Khabib. Yeah, that's who it was.
So it was Khabib. So, that's what I thought.
You know, he beat Michael Johnson.
And he did pretty well.
Or no, he lost to Michael Johnson. Sorry. He lost to Michael Johnson.
Which is wild.
Michael Johnson's He's
a weird fighter.
You know, Michael Johnson...
Up and down.
I think that Michael Johnson's just mentally weak. I think that physically he has the ability to be the best in the world. I think athletically he has the ability to be the best in the world.
He's so good.
I think talent-wise he has the ability to be the best in the world. I think that mentally...
Striking, he could be, to be honest, he's a top 5 striker in the 155 division. Top 5.
He can grapple.
Bar none. And he can wrestle.
You know, I mean, he can't wrestle like Khabib, but...
Nobody can wrestle like Khabib. All right, so we got... Dude... Both these guys look like they're in phenomenal shape right now.
They are.
They look like they're fucking ready, dude. This is going to be a war.
This is the difference between the guys that want to be and the guys that are, right? The guys that are staying.
Dude, I'm excited for this fucking fight. Let's go. Woo! Okay, Hooker just kind of thrown out a little teep kick there, and Poirier's like, nah, bruh.
Never say die, baby.
These guys are still filling each other out right now. And they're throwing shit out there, but neither one seems scared at all.
No. They don't give a fuck about who's in front of them. Both of them fight.
No. This is going to be crazy. Let's see. Come on, guys.
You know what's funny?
They're both... Ooh, that was a nice little short leg kick to the right leg there.
He looks like he's got a lot bigger size advantage than we talked about.
Like a fucking welterweight.
He looks huge.
Fighting a lightweight right now.
He looks huge.
He does.
There's not just like... What they say was like a half inch or an inch and a half?
No, he had 3 inches height and 3 inches reach.
3 inches height and reach? Yeah.
He looks it. You can see it.
He looks big.
Oh,
there was a half-pound weight difference.
Yeah, they weighed in a half-pound difference.
Gosh, dude. So me and you sitting next to each other is like you being Dan Hooker and me being Daniel Poirier.
Kinda.
Or Dustin Poirier.
Only I've got like 8 inches on you.
No, I'm just talking about how Dustin's tan and you're white. And
Hooker's so white. Yeah, they don't get much sun up there in Great Britain.
In the UK.
So this first round's pretty even, dude.
It's a good fight.
I can't really pick a winner in the first round.
Oh, well, maybe with that little spot
maybe Hooker got the first round.
But then you get that overhand right there.
I don't know, man.
Oh, my God.
It's tough, dude. This first round, we could say first round goes either way.
Yeah.
I'll give it to Hooker. I think he might have landed a few of the better shots.
It's hard to say.
It
is really hard to say.
This is going to be a hard one to judge.
It's like you look at it, what was considered an effective strike. Each guy got hit. Each guy threw good hits. Neither of them really took a punch that looked like it phased them. It was like they bounced off their faces. They kept going.
I don't want to be a judge for this fight.
I mean, not for that round, at least. That round was a hard round to judge. And if we're going to get more of that. If we get more of that, you're looking at a fight of the night for sure.
Fight of the night, and then... You're going to have some pissed off people.
Performance of the night bonuses. You know what, though? You can't be upset when a judge calls...
When you don't finish it.
Well, when it's close.
Yeah, in a close fight, if you're not finished...
If you're like Matt Hamill versus Michael Bisping, you could be upset.
Yeah.
Everybody was upset.
That fight.
Yeah. So...
But they needed to get the British market.
If we have another round like what we've got going on right here, you can't be mad.
Poirier landed some good ones. Hooker landed some good ones, dude.
He's like axe hitting him. Bam!
Yeah, that was really weird. That was kind of cool to see.
Well, that's the only strike you can land. Why not?
Yeah, dude. If you need to be throwing, score. Show the judges something. Fuck. If it'll win you the round, why not? Oh,
holy shit!
Hooker with a good one too.
Yeah, Hooker got caught with that right though at the same time.
Yeah, but oh my God! See now, Poirier
the problem
shooting in
is
for a single.
They're both getting hit, but either time they get hit, neither of them. It's like
This
they
doesn't
get
phase
hit.
them.
They're just like,
They're just landing good shots.
yeah, and there's shots
Oh
that
my
would make other
God.
people flinch, turn around, twist something. I mean, look at what Mickey Gall was doing. Mickey Gall was twisting around, looking like an amateur against Mike Perry.
I don't know what Mickey Gall was doing, dude. He looked like the Mickey Gall we saw tonight would get beat by CM Punk.
The Mickey Gall tonight needs to not be in the UFC.
Yeah, he's getting cut. He's done. I mean,
not to take anything away from Mike Perry. Mike Perry just made him look that bad.
No, Mike Perry has been in some
Mike Perry
fights
did
with
that
monsters.
damn good. Mike Perry did that damn good that he made him look that
Darren
dumb.
Till, he fought Cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
He's fought some names, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey Gall really hasn't. Diego Sanchez.
It's interesting seeing Dustin go for that takedown so hard.
Yeah.
Wasn't Dustin... Oh, no. Dustin was in a different documentary. He was in, like, Fight Science or something.
Hooker reverses it.
What was the show What show did I see Dustin Poirier in?
I don't know, but
because this is
Hooker
where I
just
found
landed like 3 straight.
I found out about Dustin before he got to the
Christ.
UFC. So I got to figure out what
That's
it is.
That's a dope nickname, by the way, because Diamond Dallas Page was one of my favorite wrestlers in the WCW. And he wasn't even good, dude. He was just so enthusiastic. Like
he was
his
fan friendly. He was fan friendly. And that's the thing that we talk a lot
Poirier
about on this show. Fightville. That's what I saw him from.
I saw that one.
Fightville in 2011.
Was it Masvidal in that one?
Fightville? He might have been.
I
remember Tim Kaddour was in there. Gosh, what is he doing now?
Was what Kimbo Slice documentary?
That was not that
not necessarily Kimbo
Slice.
Slice.
Talking about the Dada 5000, Day 5000.
Yeah.
I was so pissed about that bullshit.
That fight with Kimbo and Day.
Yeah,
that was such a weird. Day's trash.
Well,
rest in peace to both those fighters.
I was gonna say, they're both dead. He died after that one.
Yeah, he had died of like cardiac arrest or some shit, dude. He was out of shape.
Some crazy shit. Yeah,
but that fight should have never been put on TV.
That fight should have never been promoted. There were guys that were both at the time. The only person that even really had a name at the time was Kimbo. Kimbo had actually done something.
And his name came from that cop video when he fought that cop in the garage.
Yeah, but when that documentary came out, Kimbo had already got to
yeah, he had been in The Ultimate Fighter, I think.
The Ultimate Fighter.
I don't know if he had fought in the UFC yet. He might have been.
Let's see.
Was it after he got cut from the UFC?
I think it was afterwards.
He might have been cut from the UFC at the time because he fought. It was in Bellator when they fought. So yeah, it had to have been after he got cut from the UFC. Because he went to Bellator.
So yeah, it was Dogfight was the documentary. That was 2015.
Yeah, so it was after.
Yeah, and then that was the whole thing. Is Day 5000, Dada 5000 was trying to use the name of Kimbo Slice to build himself up. Oh yeah, I was the toughest dude in the street. I ran the shows.
Hooker just landed. Oh, Hooker's landed.
Holy shit!
4 or 5 shots.
That's
Hooker
more
just
than
landed.
that.
Oh my God!
It's crazy seeing Dustin want to wrestle so much. Hooker's winning the striking battle in round 2. He's gonna knock him out if this keeps up.
It's another close round. I don't know. DP landed some good shots too, and DP's been the better grappler against the cage.
Well, he's been the better boxer.
Ooh.
But Hooker's landed
right
more
from
powerful
DP right there. Another
close.
right and left. Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Hooker with another right and left. Okay, Hooker round. Okay, that's a Hooker.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, he almost. Oh my God!
Time ran out.
Damn, DP's hurt, dude.
He's like, holy shit! Thank you, time.
That is
He's
Hooker.
right in his corner.
Fuck, man, that's a hook. That's 1-1. Maybe that could be a 2-0.
You can't call that a 10-8 though because they both.
It's not a 10-8. That was a close round. That was a 10.
Regardless of damage, they were both banging, man.
Oh my God! So that's 1-1 or a 2-0 Hooker.
2-0. Yeah.
I mean, DP lost the second round
hurt.
for sure.
He's hurt.
He's hurt. Holy shit.
DDP is hurt.
Wow. Dude, Hooker was laying it on him.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Look at this replay. Ooh, that right landed to the chin. That to the body. Ooh, right by Poirier right there. Another right by
he
Poirier.
heard it.
See what I'm saying? Poirier landed good too.
Well, Hooker outlanded him that one. That one's definitely a Hooker round.
I think that was a Hooker round. Round 2 is definitely a Hooker. Oh, God. Look at that.
That's what I'm talking about. That's like 6 or 7 in a row.
Dude, yeah, that was to end the round. That's a Hooker round, dude. So the first round was really close. Could be a draw. Could be either guy. Mm-hmm. Second round, definitely Hooker, right?
Yep.
So we got 1-1 at the best and then 2-0 Hooker, I guess. Maybe
I'm gonna call it 1-1.
We both picked.
So on my scorecard, I'm saying 1-1.
Yeah, I'll say 1-1 too. I think that's fair. Because it's sad though, because we both had Poirier by knockout in round 2.
Round 2,
and it looked like fucking Hooker was about to knock him out.
I know.
Thank God for the bell, right?
Yeah, right. Well, I'm sure Dustin's thinking the same thing.
Dude, he is, but he looks like he recovered well.
He did recover well, but he's still a little bit hesitant. The timing was off on that strike there. See, he's a little bit hesitant. You see how he didn't throw that, actually? He was planning on it, thought about it.
Is Hooker gassing? What do we got going on here?
I don't know. He's
hesitant to throw.
Maybe it's because it's early in the round.
Hurt. I wonder if he hurt his hand.
Maybe it's just early in the round and doesn't want to throw too much because the high volume that they're fighting at, they're in a 25-minute fight. You got to remember that.
That's true. They got
this
5
is 25
rounds.
minutes. So if it does go to decision, you have to figure out how to survive and keep that output going. Yeah, really good. Really good. Ugh.
Good right to the
DDP
body.
needs to keep that elbow down, though. When he starts trying to do this thing, he does this weird thing where he brings his elbow up.
Yeah.
See right there. See what I'm talking about?
They both landed right there. That was good.
That leaves the body open, though, every time DDP does that. You'll see.
That is true, because Hooker's landed in the body a lot, but Poirier just landed like 3 straight rights to the fucking head. Ooh, and the left to the head. Ooh, Poirier's... Oh, my God. Poirier is landing right now. So far, Poirier,
Poirier's winning round 3.
2 minutes so far into this round, and Poirier's winning.
It's crazy because he looked like he was close to being finished.
He's just picking Hooker apart right now. Holy shit. Another one.
Oh, he knocked his mouthpiece out.
Dude,
are you kidding me? Hooker just bent down to pick it up, and they stopped.
Yeah.
That was a mistake by Poirier. And the ref should not have jumped in so quick. Should not have jumped in.
I don't know. They tend to stop it when they notice the mouthpieces are out.
Well, nice takedown.
But takedown from Hooker into the guillotine of fucking Poirier. Right now, Hooker's pulling out, though. That was really weird. He tried to, pull on it instead of stand up. He needs to get his knees in there and, okay, he's out. Hooker's out, and Hooker's in guard right now. And Poirier's not bad off his back. I'm pretty sure he's what is he, a brown belt in BJJ right now?
I don't know what
Might be a black belt. I'm pretty sure he's actually pretty well versed on the ground.
Yeah,
we just don't see it because all the fights are stand up.
Yeah, so I want to go back to that spot though about that mouthpiece getting knocked out, right? So the mouthpiece getting knocked out, you got to wait until a break in the action. That's my opinion.
That is true. So, I feel like they got to wait till a break.
Right now, we'll see. If if Dan Hooker decides to turn around and pick up the mouthpiece before the ref stops it, Dustin Poirier should be able to
could jump all over him.
The ref should not stop the spot there and say, time, grab your mouthpiece just because he turns around to grab his mouthpiece. That, I think, is wrong by the ref.
Yeah. Right now, though, I'm liking what I'm seeing from Hooker on top, dude. He's landing some shots in the guard. I mean, both guys are trying to do stuff, but Hooker's been more active. And we still, minute and a half left in the round now. And Hooker's been in the guard for a good minute and a half.
Was it Dan Severn or was it someone else? I feel like it was Dan Severn. Or was it Mark Coleman? No.
I don't know, but you're going back to the ancient days of UFC at that point.
Well, what I'm talking about
before it was sanctioned.
It was still sanctioned. It was in Pride, and I want to think it was Dan. I think it was Dan Severn. He fought. It's a legendary fight. Anyway, they stayed tied up. Boom, boom.
Oh,
dirty boxing. Dan Severn,
and it was the Asian dude, wasn't it?
Yes, a tall, big
Asian dude.
Yes,
7-footer.
Yes, and Dan Severn.
And they just sat in the corner punching each other.
But my point is, the ref didn't stop it because the action didn't stop. Dan Severn's mouthpiece got knocked out, and they just kept swinging.
Yeah.
The ref didn't stop it at that point. I think that you have to wait till it's stopped in the action.
That's old rules, though.
That's not even a rule,
and it's
though.
Pride.
It's not even a rule.
I feel like there is a rule.
It's
now
a ref discretion.
I'm pretty sure there's a thing now when fighters get their mouthpieces knocked out due to safety shit for sanctioning.
It's when there's a break in the action. I mean, I don't know for sure. I don't know what it is anymore. But yeah, it's got to be a break in the action. It can't be in the middle of it.
So I was right. Dustin Poirier is a black belt in BJJ under Tim Cardua. So he's very well versed on the ground.
Another former UFC fighter.
So he's very well versed on the ground. So that second round, that's the third round, right? That could be anybody's round right there because
that's the third.
Poirier won the first minute or so on the feet.
Very handily. He was
easily
whooping him.
Yep. Whooping him. And then when it went to the ground, Hooker sat in the guard, landing shots, dude, working and doing some shit from the guard for quite a long time.
Yep.
2 minutes maybe? I mean, that could be a Hooker round. That could be a Poirier round.
It depends on what you want.
I had Poirier winning until it went to the ground, and now I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, Poirier made it easy, and then all of a sudden it went down, and I have no idea, to be honest.
God dang, dude. What did you, up to this point, where are you at on there? So you're at 5-10 or 4-10 right now?
4-10. But I've got
fights.
DP winning the fight. I had DP by second round knockout, so it's 4 out of 10
going into this one. So I'm 5 out of 10 going into this one right now.
I need DP to win this fight to bring me to 500 tonight because there's been some underdogs. A lot of underdogs won tonight. It's been crazy.
Shout out!
I think half my wins were underdogs.
Shout out to my sister right now, who's in the lead though.
Heather Thomas killing it.
Yeah, she don't even really watch this stuff.
She didn't make her picks until an hour before they closed. Did you know that?
Are you kidding me?
No, because I was playing.
Well, was she doing research or what?
No, I was playing Apex Legends with her, and I said, "Hey Heather, have you made your picks yet?" And she said, "No." She's like, my phone. She's like, I get pissed off on the phone because it doesn't work well, so I have to do it on my computer.
Well, it's because this is not very user friendly.
Yeah, the UXD is terrible.
It's garbage.
So she's like, so I got to do it on my computer. I'm like, well, go make your fucking picks. So in between matches, we're playing Apex Legends, right? And in between matches, she was making her picks. She's like, who'd you pick for this? I'm like, I'm not fucking telling you.
Don't worry about that. I got my shit set to secret.
Yeah. I was like, I'll tell you after you make your picks. Apparently, I should have asked her for voice tonight because
these guys are just beating the hell out of each other.
She has 7 right now out of 10.
She's doing pretty fucking good.
I'm pretty sure she has 7 out of 10 right now. And I think she has Poirier too, if I remember her telling me right. She picked DP.
Oh man, my butt's getting sore.
Dude, Hooker with another takedown. DP with a really, and he got right back up though.
But he gave up his back. But like you said, he's a black belt.
He is a black belt, so he's really comfortable.
But Hooker's long and tall, man.
Yeah, Hooker's on DP's back right now. If you guys aren't watching, they're up against the cage, not doing anything.
Not up against the cage. Dustin is facing the cage.
Well,
Dustin's looking at the cage, and then Hooker has his back. So not quite. Well, now they go to the ground.
Anywhere.
Now they go to the ground.
Hooker's still got position.
But Dustin's going to be out. There you go. Yep.
And they're back to the center.
You don't lose stock in this fight. Either of you guys. If any of these guys go down in the rankings, it's bullshit.
Okay, so
he almost got that, though.
Yeah, he kind of pulled while he shot. So it was kind of like do you give credit for a shot or not? Because
well, it depends on what they do with it, right?
Because
that's the only thing.
He pulled guard kind of while Hooker was in on a shot.
Yeah, but
now DDP with the takedown on Hooker.
But you know what? If I know that the takedown's going to be finished, I'm not going to waste the energy stopping it. I'm just going to look for my submissions.
So are you going to actually give Hooker credit for the takedown, though?
It just depends, though.
We'll see
what you do with it. So right now, if you look at what Dustin's doing, Dustin's controlling top position now.
Dustin got the takedown on Hooker
so
this time.
when Hooker took Dustin down, he's got both legs strapped. So when Hooker took him down, Dustin pulled in for that guillotine and then stood right up right away and took down Hooker and controlled him on the ground so far. So I don't know if you should really reward Hooker for the takedown because it doesn't do much at that point. If it's a slam and it hurts,
that's why in the Mighty Mouse versus Cejudo fight, I fucking hated how they gave Cejudo all the credit for those takedowns on Mighty Mouse because Mighty Mouse did all the damage from the bottom while Cejudo just laid there.
Well, I don't know.
Mighty Mouse go rewatch the second fight and look how many shots Mighty Mouse lands from the bottom. He lands so many strikes from the bottom. It's crazy.
Ooh, Ooh, he's got that twisted though. He doesn't really quite have the elbow right, but he's gonna rip it anyway.
Yeah, he's trying to get that arm.
He doesn't have in the right position. He doesn't have thumb up. Oh, but
he can get it right there.
He's going under the arm.
Oh no,
there's thumb. He's got thumb up now.
There you go. Now pull it. Oh, that's.
Did he tap?
Nope.
Did he not? I swear it looked like he tapped to me right there.
Nope.
That looked like he tapped on Dustin's ass.
He didn't tap.
I want to rewind that. Oh.
We'll see the replay. We got a minute left in the round. But Poirier is definitely winning this round. This is a Poirier round. So this is round 4.
I would say that the grappling has given him the edge.
So each one has a divisive round so far. Decisive. Round. Yeah, decisive round so far.
Not divisive.
Divisive too. It doesn't matter.
They
each have one where
they're potentially 2-2 at this point.
And then there's 2 rounds that are really close.
After this one, well, it depends though. What does Hooker do here at this last 45 seconds? Can he steal the round? If he puts in some significant damage
Poirier
here,
gassed?
It's not about the gas. It's about the damage, right? It's
we're going to see how much damage he can do because Poirier's tired now.
But Poirier's going to be up. Poirier's getting up. Hooker's not going to hold him down with that.
No.
Nice, but he transitions.
See, and Poirier's been a black belt for... Poirier pulls guard on that one, went for the guillotine.
Yep.
And he's got him in it right now.
But he's got the arm in.
And Hooker pulls out.
That's what happens when you have the arm in. If you don't have a little bit of an angle, you got.
Now they're both kind of striking here. We got terrible camera work.
Hooker's landed some strikes though.
Hooker's landed from the top, but Poirier was landing
10 seconds. But
they're not a Poirier round.
They're not super damaging, and Poirier's not trying to get up. He's landing strikes from the bottom. Neither of them are throwing really damaging strikes.
That's not a 10-8. That's a 10-9.
10-9 Poirier.
So again, here we go with the official.
We're potentially 2-2.
It's potentially 2-2. It could even be 3-1.
3-1 Hooker, maybe. If it's gonna go 3-1 either way, it's got to be 3-1 Hooker at this point.
In my opinion, same.
But I personally think that right now it's 2-2, and it's gonna come down to this 5th round.
Yeah.
And who's gonna get it?
Agreed. This 5th round, I think neither guy needs to feel like they're ahead. If anybody's corner tells them they're ahead, they're stupid. Because this is a fight where neither guy can be told they're ahead right now.
You need to finish.
They need to both be told that they got to finish.
We don't know what these refs are going to see.
Hold on. I don't know what they're saying. They kind of cut it there, but both guys need to finish this fight.
I don't like the way that Dustin jabs.
Yeah.
His jab, he's always bringing that elbow up.
Right,
that was a really good takedown. I just can't stand the way he brings that elbow up. If you're fighting Dustin Poirier, you need to be looking to land of that body because he's leaving it open over and over and over again.
So shit's still going?
Yeah, I checked on it.
Okay.
So yeah, I double checked it just to make sure.
Make sure the audio and video are going.
Yeah, video's still going, audio's still going. So yeah, I've double checked on it.
Perfect.
But yeah, we're at fucking 4 hours.
Dude, it's gonna be a lot to work through.
Holy shit.
I mean, we've spent like a good half hour trying to get that shit fixed. But we're in round 5 now. Let's go, baby. This is it. Poirier with a 1-2.
Oh, he comes out firing.
So through 4 rounds, is this fight of the night?
Fight of the night so far.
Fight of the night, baby. I told you a few fights ago, this was my fight of the night, and here it is. It's lived up to the hype. I'm glad it did. Well, because we get pissed when a main event doesn't live up.
When you put heavyweights in the main event?
When we had the heavyweights in the main event, we had a heavyweight wrestler in the main event.
And I like wrestling. But that was just fucking boring.
It was. You got to have a fan-friendly fight in the main event, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, and if you're going to wrestle, at least do it to finish.
Yeah.
At least look like you're not just trying to lay on somebody and hug
him. Exactly. I mean, I like wrestling, so what do we got? Hold on. Hooker outlanded him. So that's a Hooker round 1, dude. If we're looking at the total strikes now.
But then that looks like 2.
But round 2 looks closer.
Yeah, well, 2 could have been anybody's, but if you look at the other one, 3 and 4 would go to Poirier.
Dude, this is going to be a wild decision because you don't count the strikes when we're looking at it. When judges are watching the fight, they don't get to tally everything. They just kind of look and see what they see, and then they make their decision after the round's over.
Do they get that information as far as the significant strikes and stuff? They better not. So. They better not. They should not get that stuff. They
have to give their decision after the round's over. Significant strikes. I don't think the totals are actually put out until a few minutes after the round's over because they're on a delay. So you got guys that are going through actually counting them.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a delay.
So there's a delay there. So the judge's decision on that round is supposed to be, anyway, I can't say for sure because I'm not there, but it's supposed to be after the round's over. They have to hand in their decision.
Well, so I've been a judge a few times, but we obviously didn't have TVs. It was local, smaller
right, you had to watch in the cage.
I watched in the cage. The ref walks around. I pass him my paper, and that's it.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Dude, I haven't really. Have you ever seen Hooker turn into a wrestler?
Fight.
I haven't seen DP turn into. This is fucking wild.
I mean,
man.
well, I've seen DDP do a little bit of grappling.
I've seen him on his ground before, but only when he was taking that.
Oh shit, that was a good uppercut though.
Yeah, it was.
That was a good uppercut, and Hooker did not like it.
Nope.
Hooker's faded. He looks tired though.
He does look tired. Another straight left.
Look at his punches are slow.
Yeah, deep, and Poirier's landing hard, dude. I think Hooker's trying to get it to the ground and just lay there.
Chael says that there should not be any 5-round fights, and he's been saying that for years.
I have. He recently just said that on another podcast.
Well, what I'm looking at, so this has been a good fight. What I'm kind of curious,
Hooker's laying.
How much better of a fight would it have been if it was a 15-minute fight and they had the ability to throw everything into each of those 15-minute rounds?
For the fans, it's great.
So how much better would it have been?
But
Hooker's got the back of DDP right now with 2 minutes left. They're on their feet. So they would go. These guys obviously are capable of going 25 minutes. Now telling me they're going to go 10 minutes less?
Ooh,
thank you.
Poirier with a good 1-2, and then Hooker with a left to the top.
Boom.
God,
he's got no
this
head
has been
movement,
fun.
Though.
Why is Hooker trying to
He's
take
constantly
it down?
going for that guillotine. See, this is what frustrates me. When I look at some of these guys, they're both exhausted.
They are. Dude.
They're exhausted.
And Hooker keeps trying for the takedown. He's not going to get it. And it looks bad when he doesn't finish a takedown. I think that hurts him.
Especially when you stop flat on your knees like that.
Yeah.
Gosh, I was going to say that something frustrated me. I don't remember what it was that frustrated me. Something. One of the things that frustrates me is when these fucking idiots hang on a leg with their back bent like that. Get your hips underneath you.
Yeah.
You will never finish a takedown like that, and you're wasting your own time.
Well, he's just trying to look good for the judges. But I'm leaning on him, so the judges are going to give me credit.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. Because now
they're both so exhausted. They're so exhausted,
5 rounds.
There's a difference between being exhausted in the 5th round and being exhausted in the 2nd round or 1st round, like you see with heavyweights.
Ooh, a good right from Poirier. I think Hooker's done, dude. He just keeps wearing...
Oh, my gosh.
A good left from Poirier.
Okay, here's what I don't like about Dustin. This is what I was going to say.
Ooh, what a
Dustin has no head movement.
Damn.
Yeah, you've got to rip that shit off.
Yeah, he was going for a guillotine.
He's got another crank. If he pulls it, just go to your grip, change your grip, go here. Oh, you let go of it.
So that's 2 rounds for sure for Poirier, 1 round for sure for Hooker, and 2 rounds that are anybody's.
Yeah,
so
I would agree with that. But
I've got Poirier in this 5th round.
Yeah, I'm giving him 3 rounds to 2 to
so
Dustin Poirier.
That could be 3-2 DP.
Yep, to DDP.
It could be 3-2 Hooker. So it could be.
My personal thought is 3-2 DDP.
Because we had it 1-1 after the 2nd round, 2-1 for DP after the 3rd round, right?
No, Hooker after the 3rd round.
Was it Hooker after the 3rd round? And then 4th round was DP.
Yep.
5th round DP. Yeah, 3-2 DP. I mean...
Yep.
What is that, 48, 47 DP?
Jesus, look at Hooker's just beat up. He could barely stand up.
Yeah. He was so exhausted in that 5th round. That 5th round for sure.
I mean, they were both. They were
But that was wild. You look at the championship rounds, both of them were Dustin Poirier's.
Mm-hmm. He's also the former interim champion. He's had more 5-round fights.
5 rounds.
So...
Has Hooker gone? Did he go 5 rounds versus?
I don't know. Hooker might be number 5 and DDP might be number 3, but it's hard to argue that
this is going to be a wild decision. I can't say if Hooker gets this decision, I won't be mad.
I like that sportsmanship there.
Yeah, I love when fighters are sports after the fight.
Sometimes,
dude, this fight can go either way. I want to hear this decision.
Yeah.
This is going to be crazy, man. That's the thing, though, is I don't think Hooker won more than 1 round decisively, but DP did win 2 rounds decisively.
Mm-hmm.
So, based off that, it's going to be crazy because there's 2 rounds there that could sway the whole fight. And if Hooker got the nod on 2 judges' cards, that's going to be a Hooker by split.
You got to be careful when you shoot it and drop someone on your head,
dude.
Though.
I don't know. 48-47, Dustin Poirier, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, we agreed on that already, so Let's see what we got. This is a fun fucking fight, though.
It was a great fight. Good job, matchmakers.
Dustin Poirier won a unanimous decision. Okay, so that lines up with what we had.
Let's check how we did here. Refresh this.
I went 5-5 based off that.
6-10, 0 perfects, 330 points total for me.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. 1,324th. don't listen to me this week. Next week, listen to me because there's no fights going on.
Yeah, dude, I went 5 of 10, or 5 and 5, 5, 4, 10, or 5 out of 10. Literally every fight was a loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. Every other one. That's fucking wild.
Well, if I would have stuck to my
2,155th in the goddamn world. Fuck.
Damn. That's pretty bad. That's about as bad as I did last week. If I would have went with my original choice.
But there's Diamond Ryan, baby.
If I would have left it. Yeah. You know what probably happened? I originally had him picked by KO. When I switched it to Gall, maybe I didn't switch this to submission like I thought when I saved it.
Could have. If you had him picked.
I did have him picked, but it's just so hard when you don't really know what they're doing for training.
Yeah. And
you can look at a guy like Mickey Gall, and he's telling you what he's doing. I know what I'm doing. So, yeah, I don't know if Mickey Gall gets cut. I think he definitely drops down to a prelim on his next fight.
Oh, he'll be prelim for sure. UFC.
I don't know if he gets cut because of a couple of factors. You have the coronavirus factor going on and all that stuff. What
was that fucking noise?
Oh, my phone vibrating?
Sound like that's what. Okay. I was like, it sounded like your laptop or your phone. Something just went wild.
Yeah, it's like girls going wild. Gosh damn.
But holy shit. Man, that was fucking wild. So let's go to the group real quick. I'm gonna take a look at the group, and it looks like Heather 13R. That's our sister, Heather Thomas. Shoot. Took first place this week with 8 out of 10 correct picks, 490 points. I think she was 51st in the world. If I saw that right,
51st in the world. So I got 17th in the world. Was it 3 weeks ago?
I think that's what it was, yeah.
So I got 17th, and then last week, what did you take, like 34th?
Something like that, yeah. Heather was 52nd in the world, my bad.
52nd.
But yeah,
so a little bit better. 50.
You got that, 52?
That ain't bad.
That busts my my three-week streak of being in the top 100, though.
I'll tell you what, if you're a gambler, you would have made off pretty well if you listened to her.
Yeah, and this, like I said earlier, man, she picked all her picks were in the last hour.
You know what, though? Good job, Heather. We like it.
And Heather,
awesome stuff.
You got the win this week. Congratulations.
There we go. Pussies as well with Antifa over there. But we do have the biggest amateur MMA scene.
Yeah, it is crazy, man. But I don't know. You ready to crush these things or what's up, dude?
Yep.
I mean, it's sad that we got to crush these cans. I've already kind of wiped off some of the... you see my handprints are kind of taking off some of this shit.
Let me pull up the video and make sure I'm in frame on it.
Yeah.
All right. So.
You want to close this out?
Yeah.
All right, man. This is your beer. Let's go.
So tonight you've been watching UFC Fight Night, Dustin Poirier versus Dan Hooker, and we've been drinking SISO IPA from SISO Beer, located in Seaside, Oregon. Let's crush these giant-ass brands.